Hey, it's Joey Casada. You're listening to Tom and Zeus on Shout It Out Loudcast. If you want to hear two idiots with Boston accents talk about Kiss, you've definitely come to the right place.
Oh, boy. Here we go. This is Gene Simmons. Put that cookie down. Kiss. Stop pressing the button. Stockbroker Simmons. Star? Paul Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. My name is Ace Frehley. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the Kiss times. Is that a positive thing? Okay. All right. I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow. Why? Why do that to the fans? Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's what are you talking about? 617-525-0850. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss? Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast. Episode 180, Quarantine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is great. Oh, you guys are going to have a blast with this one. Oh, this is fun. This is fun.
Yeah. We recorded last night. We're doing our part today.
Mm-hmm.
We could have went on for hours.
Easily.
It was literally a bunch of guys just sitting around shooting the shit. Tons of fun for us. We hope you'll like it. But
yeah,
you know, we always do. We always got to start somewhere. And but before we do that, I think you have a little quip for us.
A little quip. Yeah. So I always talk about my son. He's going to college next month. And so he's hanging out with his buddies, and his best friend from home is in a quote unquote band. He plays guitar. They kind of get together and jam and do stupid shit. So he texts me that he's at the local guitar center here in Southern New Hampshire with his buddies just looking at stuff. And he's like, hey, I was talking to my buddies about the podcast, and the Guitar Center guy overheard me and is like, hey, you talk about a Kiss podcast? And my son was like, yeah, why? So my son ends up having like a 15-minute conversation about Shout It Out Loudcast, our show, Kiss. Because, of course, this conversation isn't going to happen at like Walmart. It's going to happen at Guitar Center. So I'm like, yeah, my son's spreading the word of Shout It Out Loudcast to all the Guitar Center goofs.
Did the guy go, your father have a kids podcast? Why does he do that?
Why is that a positive thing?
Yeah, it's almost as bad as the guy that I met at, what was it, the 99.
Oh,
He was like booth over to me. I'm like, he's like, hey, your daughter's got a Kiss shirt on. Love Kiss. I'm like, oh, yeah. It's like, yeah, right now I'm on an auction. I'm like, dude, you're on Kiss live auctions. He's right next to me.
He's the guy's like waiting for his boneless buffalo wings, bidding on a Paul Stanley carpet. By the way, thanks, Jepson. Love you, brother.
Love you, brother. See ya. God bless.
God bless. Thanks for the wall-to-wall carpet.
Oh, man. Anyways.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. On a personal little note, we're doing a lot of helping some of the newer podcasts out.
Yes.
We're going to have to do a bumper for somebody in a little bit. We're helping another brother out, a loudcaster earlier in the week. He's trying to get his show off the ground. We talked to him. And that's my way of saying we pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to people like Sonny, who hooked us up with Steve and Michael from Growing Up Rock, who helped us out in the beginning. And we enjoy paying it forward. And we really like a lot of these guys that are starting off doing their own podcast, you know. And, if you guys have questions and things like that, not that we're the be all, because at the end of this show, because there's a little bit of a sound effect problem here. The person that was late from the airport.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. We had a little bit technical difficulties. Hey, you guys have blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the hell's that? He's like, what the fuck? So we all learn, we all try to pick up stuff. So if you guys need anything and we can be helpful to you, yeah, don't worry about it. Reach out to us. The only thing we can't do when we get questions about this sometimes is like, how do you guys do what you guys do? Like you and Tom, like this is 30 years in the making.
Exactly. That's the thing. If I can give one piece of advice, and like Zeus said, but we're not experts or pros, but I could tell you right now, one piece of advice: be yourself, do your own show, create your own thing, whether it's your own lingo, your own jokes, create your own thing. We're like honored and humbled that people are like, after all this 180 episodes, people reach out to us and like, hey, I got a question about this or a question about that. What do you think about this? And that's great. Like Zeus said, we're paying that forward because we used to be those guys. And that's how we became friends with Steven and Sonny and the Parra del Riego guys and all those. It's great to see this community continue. But we've said this before. This is how Zeus and I talk off the air. Like, this is not, if we stop recording, it's going to be the exact same conversation.
Yeah, tape yourselves as though you're not putting it on the air.
Yeah, do that.
What do you guys sound like?
Right.
Like, it can't be like, oh, I just want to hear my voice on the thing. I want people to turn on their car stereo and find my part and listen. It's got to be like you have something to say.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What's your angle? Where are you coming from? Do you have an opinion, or are you just talking to hear yourself talk? Like, have an opinion, have a chemistry, find someone that you can be yourself with, and work it out and play around with it. It ain't gonna happen overnight. And you'll listen to our first couple episodes and listen to us now.
And you'll know if it works. You'll be able to feel it. You will, believe me. You'll be able to feel it. Exactly.
Yep. And that's podcasting 101 with Shout It Out Loudcast this week.
Your first lesson was free. After this, you got to pay.
Yeah, it's part of our Pantheon podcast edition. So, Tom, what we do next is we go back and look at what we did last week. And I think we wrapped up Creatures Fest Part 2.
Yeah, with Joey VO hot oil treatment Casada.
Cue the music.
Yeah, so of course it's always the poll. And we just said, which event do you think was the best? So our options, we personally selected the Bruce Kulick Band, Kuarantine, the Unplugged Poolside Show, and the Peter Criss appearances. Bruce Kulick Band ran away with it 49%. And then it came down. It was pretty tight. I think we may have provided Chris Jericho with some false information because at the time of recording, Kuarantine was second in the poll, but the Catman gained on him within the last 24 hours. So Peter came in second, and right behind Peter was Kuarantine. But if Jericho has anything to brag about, he doubled up the numbers that Joey Casada's Poolside Show got. Sorry, Joe. We love you, buddy. But there's obviously, this is one of those polls. There literally is no.
Was that the time I did 2000, man? Yeah, 2000.
Yeah, this is a poll where there's no wrong answers. So, I mean, we were there. We saw them all. Let's see. What do we got here? We had Joe Papalato, our buddy, who we met on the cruise. He did a great little meme. It was a bunch of guys in a huddle, and it just said, "You didn't hear it from me." That's Joey's great thing. And then our buddy Twisted Kister, who we hung out with all week, and he said, "You have it listed how I'd rank it, though I'd slide in the All-Star Jam." And he talked about Minefield performing, which we missed because I think that was 3 hours deep into the Vinnie Vincent waiting line. This is another good one. Thane of the Woods goes, "What about that loud ass shit faced guy by the pool belting out the songs?"
I put some clips up where he's in the background.
We told you we met that guy later on when he was completely sober. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got my master's degree from Boston University," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, I think all these people they're a little bit near the spectrum, and we're not saying this to be insulting.
Yeah,
I think the same thing with the Space Ace guy. I think he's a little bit on.
Oh no,
spectrum.
He definitely was. Him and his tight ass.
With this fucking asshole, like literally in my face the whole show. What the fuck?
Then we got a good one from our buddy Vet Halen, who we deal with a lot on Twitter. He goes, "Hey Zeus, you said you didn't realize how tall Bruce is. The internet says Bruce is 6'2", I'm 6'1", and he posts a picture of himself with Bruce. So I don't know. Bruce feels like he's like 6'8".
Yeah, even Chris says it later on. He's like, I think he's like 6'6". He looks taller than 6'2".
Oh yeah, totally. It might be just because he's so thin. And then our buddy Tony commented, he goes, amazingly, I never got into that middle elevator. I always took the one on the left.
Yeah, we got a lot of DMs and other conversations about the whole spray and middle elevator and
our buddy Heavy Mayo with his rock and roll over tattoo that we gave him some advice to hit the gym and work on his arms. He says, I never want to receive a Dutch oven from Zeus. I might have an asthma attack. Jesus Christ. Brian Crizel says, great episode, guys. The Vinny portion was interesting. His creature show seemed like a dud, though he himself sounded like a decent guy. Yeah, honestly, we call it like we see it. The meet and greet was really interesting. Really interesting. Lee Graham, another great episode, guys. If nothing else, I know what elevator to avoid when I'm in Nashville. God almighty. Baseball and Death says, this was so good. The contrast between Vinny on stage and when you met him is bizarre. Yes, indeed it is. And that's some Twitter stuff there. What do we got on the Book of Face this time around?
Yeah, I just want to jump on that comment.
Oh, yeah.
It is true. Like, you don't know what you're going to meet until you do it. So when people are saying, oh, it fucking sucked, Vinny was terrible, this and that, we're telling you our firsthand experience. That was probably actually, I can't. I'll say Peter, but that meet and greet was the best part. Interesting. Yeah. He spent his time. He seemed like he wanted to listen and was very, receptive, cordial, polite, engaging. He was all of that. So I will give him credit for that. And I think sometimes we're just so quick to jump on the overriding opinion from people that weren't even there. Or they didn't even go to it. So
that's another thing. Real quick, little quick sidebar. That's another thing. And again, we say this all the time. When we go to an event, whether it's the cruise, whether it's Creatures Fest, and we are guilty as charged. 2 years ago, we did an episode on the Cruise Fest, and we didn't go on the Cruise Fest. Okay, but that episode was us kind of commenting on what was happening from a comedic standpoint, from a Kiss fan standpoint. Yeah. The stuff we saw on social media by people who were starting off their paragraphs by saying, I wasn't there, but I heard this is ridiculous. I'd want my money back. Okay, well, first of all, you were here. So stop right there with your angry, I want my money back comments.
There's a new breed of fucking music people out there that all sorts of fucked up opinions. Like, oh yeah, I'm not stupid like you guys to pay money for this. Or I'm only going to put money towards bands that do this. Or I'm not going to be like this. Or I'm not going to spend
or I'm not going to
fuck.
I'm not buying off the soundboard from Walmart. I'll buy it direct from Kiss Online. Oh, great. You can get it fucking 2 weeks late. Good luck.
Yeah. Oh, just this miserable fucking bitching. And it's not just that. It's I am smarter than everybody else.
Exactly.
I'm only doing this.
And we saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of that talking about Creatures Fest. I can't believe you guys. What did you expect when you paid all this money?
Yeah, I'm going to use my money wisely. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. While you're collecting fucking coins at a red light in the fucking downtown village where you live. Okay, thanks. You're telling me that I'm stupid how I spend my money.
It's just fucking stupid. I can tell you, we went on the Kiss cruise. We went on Creatures Fest.
Yeah,
I had a better time on Creatures Fest. I did.
Oh yeah.
It was all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Cruise, B plus.
Yeah,
really great time. I'm glad I've done it. I did it once in my life. I'm happy I did it. But Creatures Fest. Oh, happy I did it.
Agreed. So anyway, sorry that was my little tangent there.
No. I know we both wanted to go off and just throw out some bitching about stuff.
Yeah, we haven't bitched in a while, so I just had to get.
Well, Joey was just on last week. We were bitching, so
yeah, but that's like fun bitching. I want some angry bitching.
We haven't bitched in a while. The whole thing last week was us bitching with Joey.
That's true.
Jason Warden listened last night. Haven't been able to sleep due to a nagging cough and cold. Sorry, buddy. Thanks, guys, for an awesome show along with Joey Casada, who probably gave you that cold because that's how he gives to people.
COVID Casada.
Yeah, exactly. It literally saved what little sanity I had left. Must say the Vinny part fascinated me. On the one hand, making fans wait, then taking the time to talk to them during the signings. we each have our way, I guess. One thing we didn't talk about on the whole Creatures Fest, and I totally forgot about this.
Okay.
We didn't really give an opinion on this. So while this was happening, there was that sheet going on about what Vinny would sign and what it would cost.
Oh,
Remember
God.
that?
Yeah. Yes.
And
yes.
we saw some of that firsthand. I took a photo.
Yep.
He has the right to do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't have a problem with it. The issue was, him and Neil and the promoters should have had that discussion prior to it.
Well, that's the other thing. There was a lot of like quote unquote like changing the rules in the middle of a game type shit. I don't blame him for some of the shit that coming up with, but then there was stuff like, oh, I'll sign a baseball for $500. Like, right,
what?
Right.
Like, why will you sign this bootleg album, but a baseball? Like, what? I don't get.
My bigger question is, who the fuck's having Vinnie Vincent sign a baseball?
Yeah, because he's such an athlete.
That's true.
To me, I just found it strange and stuff. But he can do whatever the fuck he wants. They should have organized it earlier.
Yeah,
is all I'm saying.
Yep.
And once again, that led to a whole nother shitstorm of bitching.
Yep.
But I just wanted to make sure that we mentioned that. All right. Kendall Lacey. I love it when Joey gets a mention and gets his own music. Even better having him as a guest.
We love Joey.
Yeah. Honestly, he's probably the chemistry there is him and Sonny and stuff. Like it just works.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It just works, especially gather around, kids.
You didn't hear this from me, but
yeah, exactly. Corey Thomas. I couldn't wait for this episode and didn't disappoint. You had me laughing so hard. Thanks for the entertainment, guys. Well, thank you, Corey. And thank you for my birdhouse.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh my God. Love that thing. Yes.
She made these awesome little Kiss birdhouses for him.
Yep. Beautiful.
They're awesome.
Beautiful.
All right. Kevin Jepson.
Oh no.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Here it comes.
Something.
We need to, can we get, is it Jepson music we can think of?
It's something about somebody bitching or fucking, they're like vaccine or conspiracy music fucking shit. We can Twilight Zone music, maybe the Twilight Zone theme or something.
That theme from X-Files.
Yeah. Like he's got, fucking people going to take your fucking sperm and make creatures out of it if you take the fucking vaccine. I don't know. Fucking
maybe he's right.
I don't know what he is. But all I know is as long as it doesn't get me to hump strangers in the middle of a fucking Creatures Fest like he
That's
did.
never going to stop.
Oh my God. Anyways, Kevin Jepson. Okay, first off, guys, thanks for the warning on the laughing. I couldn't not listen. Damn, farting shit had me rolling. Just want to say Peter Chris' second day meet and greet was a disaster, but a great experience as I was in line for 4 hours and missed quarantine. But I got you that picture with fucking Jericho, didn't I there, Kevin, huh? Anyways, Brett and Todd kept going by giving me shit about how long I was waiting. LOL, mine were numbers, so I didn't stay in line, but it still took way too long. Great review, guys. I'm heading to CVS to get some VO5 oil for my hair, thanks to Joey Casada.
Oh, boy.
That's become a new thing. How many people mention the oil in Casada?
Yep.
Anyways, over on Loudcasters, Tom, our buddy Sean DeHaan. And Sean likes asking about hockey questions. And, don't jump up and down because you signed Curtis Lazar from the Bruins.
What about Curtis Lecision?
I
used to love when Fred Cusick's. When I was younger, I'm like, what, that guy get hurt? What happened? He's got a lecision in his, what is that? What's the matter with that guy?
Or SOIOL favorite, Harold Snaps. With his mustachio. Anyways, great episode. Love when Joey Casada with all his backstage info is on. All right, Joseph Collins. I listened to it last night at work. I guess the one good thing about the third shift, you hear the podcast as soon as it's uploaded.
Nice.
That's true. You get it at midnight. Bob's sister. Sounds like it was one hell of an event. Wish I went. Great hearing all about it. Thanks. And then Justin Steele. Zeus with another classic. Female clam juice.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on.
Maybe hot his synthesizer can work.
What's the matter with these people?
His Sada fucking story.
Oh.
Tom, we actually had some stuff over on Instagram. Our Instagram page is doing pretty good. David Evan Jed, as part of history that will never happen again. Awesome for you guys. And the episode is awesome as always. Where can we get that fart spray?
Oh, well,
I think we tweeted it and we put it on our Facebook page. You know, you go to Amazon and just put in fart spray. It's like less than $10. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's like you're hawking some kind of vitamin supplement. Oh, it's awesome. Less than $10.
I put on 10 pounds of muscle when I got the fart spray.
Like a big hawk.
And big cock. On the fly, when is the fart spray going to be an official sponsor of the show?
Oh, that's actually a great point.
I actually like that idea.
Okay.
Gabby DeGook. Thanks, guys. Can't wait to listen. She is a huge Jerichoholic or Jericho fan or part of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Nice.
Anyways, that's Instagram.
Okay.
Scott Hackala, great photos. Can't wait to listen to part 2. Yeah, the photos are there. Unfortunately, you got to scroll down now because they're a little older, but their photos are up and they're pretty cool. Over on YouTube, my voice is a little bit back. YouTube. Mark Stewart, when you started talking about spraying that fart smell, you guys had me crying. Zeus, I too watched those videos when they spray that stuff in front of their grandmothers. They have me laughing so hard. I also love watching daddies changing their babies' diapers.
Oh, come on.
First time.
Dude, that's friggin' not right.
Yes.
Ugh.
Here's another good one. Mr. Antonio 2005.
All right.
I don't know how to pronounce this, but Zeus is given the new meaning to eau de toilette at Creatures Fest. Owns
I
the
say
Chiefs.
who owned the Chiefs.
I don't care who owns the Chiefs. Hang up and tell Detroit, fuck you. What's he say? Hang up.
Oh, help Detroit. Say trade me right fucking now. Now hang up.
That's it. Joey is the Woj for providing all the behind the scenes Kiss Creatures Fest information and many hidden nuggets here.
Love
Great
that.
follow-up episode TNZ. FM Big Hair. Love how Zeus said just straight out ass if Cigar Store Indian was on crack.
Chip is enough.
Who? Chips enough?
Oh, man.
Anthony Stratus, fucking classic. Best episode ever.
Oh, boy.
Our buddy Marty White. I saw a lot of the Creatures Fest and it looked like people had a great time. But I got to say, I've had enough of Ace and Vinny. When Ace performs and is the only one on stage who doesn't know the song and the jig is up, I get it. He's sloppy Ace. Fine. It's to be expected. But it wasn't like they were randomly pulling something complicated out of the hat. It was freaking 2,000 bands.
That's a good point.
As for Vinny, oh my God, what a wreck. I can't describe what a shit show his performance was. As his handler, who said she heard his new album, maybe she heard an album, but I wouldn't doubt that instead of new material, he played a remastered version of his 90s solo album, Euphoria. No one would know. No one has ever heard it. The top performances of the weekend was Bruce. He's always well prepared. Peter was the MVP. Sure, he's old and kind of weak on the drums, and he can't sing with as much power as he used to, but he's 76, retired, and isn't popping about the globe pretending to sing. Ooh. And he's turned out to be the least irritating of the bunch. Too bad Vinny most likely won't be on Shout It Out Loudcast. I'd enjoy hearing him eat his lunch again once his handlers hear a peep about Chris and Cusano landscaping or Joyce DeWitt. It'll be all over before the fat lady plays his guitar.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Thanks, Marty. Always love your comments, buddy. And then Pete Staros ends up saying, that was really cool how we got to hear the meet and greet with Vinny. The Creatures Fest review reminded me of the Cruise Fest episode. Well, glad you liked it, Pete. Tom, you got some emails for us, buddy?
We do, yeah. Our buddy Daniel LeBlanc. I was very confident that this week's episode would be Creatures Fest Review Part 2, so when I saw the episode teaser on Twitter, I thought the image was a reference to Vinnie Vincent and how stinky his performance was, because our coming soon was the little fart spray. Yeah. Said I was happy that was not the case. I picked Peter Criss for the last Twitter poll, which meet and greet would you do? I would stick with that, but I would now move Vinnie Vincent as a close second. You are the first podcast that I have heard give the Vinnie meet and greet a positive review. The others I listen to focus on him charging extra or refusing to autograph specific items. Thank you for getting your take for giving your take on Creatures Fest. Nice. Oh yeah, that's true. Our buddy Keith Wetzel. Guys, thoroughly enjoyed your 2-part review of Creatures Fest. So glad you're back where you belong on the KISS podcast stage. Having that month away from you guys made me appreciate you even more than I already did. Zeus's recording of the meet and greets was fantastic and gave those of us who were unable to attend a feel for what we missed out on. Hearing him continuously pimp the Shout It Out Loudcast of Vinny and stating that it's the #1 KISS podcast would have made Gene Simmons from KISS proud. I also want to thank you for commenting on the recent releases of vintage KISS shows that have mysteriously appeared via Sam Loomis. I listened to another KISS podcast about this very topic, and they didn't really explain how these came about and the story behind it. You guys broke it down so I could understand what was going on. As always, take care. Thanks again for all you do and look forward to your next run of shows. As always, remember that you, the SIOL podcast, saved KISS podcasts. Ooh. Yeah, Keith Wetzel.
Thank you, Keith.
And then we got one from Nick Flashpolar. Just finished the second Creatures Fest review. For those of us that couldn't make it, thank you so much for the in-depth review. The part that stuck out to me was the interaction with Vinny. He comes off as such a genuinely sweet and humble guy. It's hard to believe it's the same guy who holds up promoters, makes ridiculous demands, promises, and never delivers. My question is, do you think some of his handlers are to blame for some of this self-sabotage? I know it's all speculation and none of us know what's really happening in the world. Just wondering what you guys think. No, I think it's him. That's just my quick 2-second review. I think it's him. And then we got a great long email from our buddy Wes talking about Creatures Fest, and it was awesome. Finally meeting Wes, hanging out with him for a bit at Creatures Fest. We talk about him all the time. We interact with him. We've had him on the show, of course. So Wes, thank you for the email. And of course, thank you for spending some time with us at Creatures Fest. We had an awesome time with that.
And Wes, you'll be very happy to hear this interview coming up. You are, and a song of yours is prominently mentioned.
And as we're literally recording and reading emails, we got this one right now in real time from Dave Stell. He says, wow, great back-to-back episodes. You guys continue to raise the bar. The Vinny meet and greet was fascinating. It seemed like you really wanted to talk about Vinnie Vincent Invasion in that time of year. I have no doubt that he will appear on a future episode of Shout It Out Loudcast. I cannot wait. Thanks again for all of your hard work and for bringing this event to all of us Kiss-tards. It's as if we were there with you. Your dedication to your listeners is uncanny. On a side note, I saw Steve Brown and PJ here in Wisconsin last month, and I represented Shout It Out Loudcast. They are such underrated musicians/performers and put on a hell of a show. Keep up the great work, fellas. And then he says, I'm also Dave that left you a 5-star child review on iTunes back in May. Dave, you're the man. Thank you. Great email. I'm so glad we got to squeeze it into this episode as well. Thank you.
And thanks for the pics, and we're happy to put them up. Just give us the heads up that you're allowing it. We'll put those Loudcasters photos with our logo on, and it goes on our website. Anybody that wants to do that, if you got your Loudcaster shirt, let us know. We throw it on the website, and we love seeing those.
That's
and
right.
Tom, I'm going to leave us with one last comment, and this is from my new favorite Loudcaster, our buddy Tracy Zelt.
Yes, we have female fans, people.
Tracy texts with us, and I'm like, no, you need to start commenting on our episodes. And she made this huge comment here. Great episode. Still laughing about the fart spray.
That was awesome. We hung out with Tracy at Creatures Fest, meeting her, taking some pictures. She's awesome. Tracy, thank you for being a Loudcaster. And that was a great time hanging out with you.
Absolutely. And for that, Tracy, you are comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. We're going to be watching you.
And Tom, what we do next is we give a shout out to Patreon. Our Patreon subscribers have been unbelievable. It's a family that never lets us down, helps out the show. Their support and them contributing to our show has helped us tremendously, whether it be equipment, whether it be audio stuff, all sorts of things that they've helped us get better in our subscriptions as well. And they've been providing that for us. With that, we have different tiers. So if somebody wants to jump in, we have different categories. We do different things. We try to mix it up and always come up with new ideas to get them more involved, whether it be the album review crew picking the episode that we're going to do, which album, or whether it's the live drink along videos, whether it's, them getting some merch, some stickers, some t-shirts and all sorts of stuff. We always try to keep it involved and up in it to make it more exciting for them. We love that you guys are involved. You've been a big supporter of us, and that's what we get. While we've been off for a while, people, been saying comments and stuff and think, what can I do? How do I help? Whatever. Want to help the show? Take a look at our Patreon stuff. It's not just throwing stuff out there. You'll actually get something back from us. And we'd appreciate if you take a look, patreon.com, Patreon, the app, or go to our website, our new website, which we love tremendously. Go online, click on Patreon, find out all about it, and please join our Patreon family.
Yeah, you guys are the best. We talk about it every week. You guys give us so much and help us so much with the show. It's unbelievable. The generosity and our gratitude for you guys and the family that we've created is awesome. The things that we have with our tiers is a lot that we give back to you. Interaction with some polls, interaction and feedback on shows, sneak peeks at stuff, merch. Of course, being part of the album review crew rotation, everybody gets a pick in that. So it's a great community. Check us out, patreon.com, Patreon, the app. And I want to give one more shout out separate from Patreon. And that is to the great Tom Dust for putting together that amazing intro theme music. We have been at fault for not thanking him more often. We thanked him when he first dropped it, but Tom, that is an incredible thing that you've done for us. And a little teaser, he might be working on something else for us too.
Yep.
So Tom, we know you're a huge Kiss fan and a fan of the show. So we just want to give you a special shout out since we're back from our, unprecedented and unexpected break. So we wanted to give you a shout out and thank you for that. Great job, buddy.
Yeah. And that was Tom Dust. And I think Tom put up the theme music because somebody actually wrote on Twitter that they missed it, the theme music.
Yeah, and they said that they find themselves singing along to it when they listen to the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, it was Stuart H. Does anyone find themselves singing along to the Shout It Out Loudcast theme music?
Yep.
Yeah. Tom, you're the man. We really appreciate it. Which is something else before we get into Kiss World I do want to mention. So we're back. This is episode number 3 since we've been back.
Yeah.
And incredibly, we're bigger than ever. We didn't have any drop off. We didn't have anything that like, oh shit, we got to really pick it back up. If anything, we've grown again. So we're on a new platform because Pantheon Podcast has moved us. And instead of we're using a platform of Megaphone, little inside baseball, now we're on Simplecast. And coinciding with that switch was us coming back. So I don't believe it was because of the new hosting company, but we're like way more than we were doing before. And that's a testament to the Loudcaster community. That's a testament to our listeners. That's a testament to Kiss. That's a testament to my partner. And I'll pat myself on the back.
And you should.
Hard work.
Absolutely.
And, when we throw it out there, we don't throw it out all the time, but there's a reason why we're the number 1 ranked Kiss podcast. And it's not because we just, they're another one that talks about Kiss. It's because of you guys. And there's something that we mentioned to Courtney when she was on a couple weeks ago. Like, our listeners know that they're not getting bullshit when they hear us.
Mm-hmm.
We're honest. We give them our opinion, good or bad. This is where we are. And we try to add some humor to this, because Kiss doesn't work without humor, at least not to us. And, thank you again for continuously making us the number one Kiss podcast out there. And we appreciate it. And we're glad. And because you guys do that, we can make a call and get guests like what's coming up. And not just one of them or two of them, the whole band. So we appreciate it. And as we do better, we're all do better. Okay. So the bigger we grow, the better we're going to make this for you guys. And we'll continue to interact because you guys are the reason why we are where we are. And thank you very much for continuously supporting us and growing the show.
That's a great point. We always say this, but we cannot underestimate how grateful we are of not only the show that we've put together and kind of created, but like we say it all the time, that community, that Loudcaster community, the love of the show, the love of Kiss, the love of the back and forth, the interaction, the jokes, the pop culture references, the things that grow the show, the things that make you want to tell your friends, hey, you got to hear this show. Even if you might not like Kiss, but these guys have this, and this. They got this guest on this week. They're doing this. And Zeus is right. Like, we have Kuarantine, the band, this week. I mean, we've had Jericho on, and we love Jericho. Of course, he's one of our favorite guests, but right off the heels of Creatures Fest and off the heels of them, hitting the charts with Silver Spoon, we got them all here. We're proud of that. And when we want to thank you guys for that too.
Yeah. And, when Chris, who is, multi-tier star, wants to communicate and make sure his band is touching real Kiss fans and how they're doing, he asks us, what do you guys think? What are you saying? What are your fans saying? What are people saying? And let's get on. Yeah, we'll bring the whole band on because they know they'll reach you guys.
Exactly.
And authentic Kiss fans. We have Kiss cards. We have Kiss fans, all of the above. We can reach them. And they know that because of you guys in the support. Or even the picture Dave just sent us the email.
That's right.
What a coincidence. PJ's on. PJ just saw you with our shirt on.
Yep.
And so when we text with these guys and talk to them, they know it's not just, me and Tom at Brother Mike's in the basement of Stonehill College saying, we're talking to 4 other guys that listen to our show. You guys have made this into something really special. And who knows where we'll be in a couple years. Yeah, maybe we do get Vinnie Vincent on someday. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't need him. Who knows?
Oh, I'll tell you what's going to happen in a few years. The Loudcasters cruise.
Oh.
Plan it. Dude, that's when somebody says, so Tom, tell us, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, I see me on running the first annual Shout It Out Loudcast cruise. Fuck the Kiss cruise. We're taking over. So
which part of the wacky pack are we going to have? Featuring Joey Casada doing oil hair treatments.
Who knows? So we'll solicit ideas right now.
Yes. Featuring Mr. Feces in stall number 3.
Yeah, and like when you're on the Kiss cruise every night, when you get back to your cabin, they leave you like little Kiss trinkets.
Yeah.
Like night 1. Ooh, Shout It Out Loudcast fart spray. Oh, thanks, guys. Like
there'll be police tape on elevator 2 again on this cruise. Oh, you don't want to go on that one.
You don't want to go on that one.
Yeah.
No.
Great idea.
Yep.
The Shout It Out Loudcast cruise.
Yeah. I don't know how big the boat will be, but it'll be a cruise.
There'll be some of our listeners who will need to have a big boat.
Love
especially if other podcasters are on it.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Well, Tom, before we go any further, let's go over to Kiss World. Let's find out what's going on there.
Okay. Before we get into like the band Kiss, obviously the thing that is capturing everybody's imagination, everybody's passion and conversation is, of course, all these leaked videos.
Yep.
We've talked about it. The guy by the name of Sam Loomis, nice Halloween reference there, dropping these videos that you can't even keep up with them. If I can complain about the riches of a Kiss fan, it's like slow down because they're amazing and I can't keep up with them. They dropped a revenge one today. They dropped a 74 one today. They're just fast and furious. We know there's a lot of drama.
The Asylum one.
The Asylum. That's right.
Last time we were on.
There's a ton of conversation and opinions about who's behind all this. we're going to try to see what we can do to get some information and maybe have people on to talk about it. Who knows? We'll see. But Zeus
we are working on something. So and stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And Zeus and I did talk about this too. If I can bitch about one thing, it's the fact that we should be taking these videos and being like, this is fucking incredible. Why isn't the band doing this? And I know it's fun. We love drama, but the fact that the videos are almost being pushed to the side and people are obsessing about the drama too. And I get it. That's what we do. We're Kiss fans. It's always like, who's leaking these? Why is he leaking them? Is it this? Is it that? Is it
who's
this? Is
Kurt
it that?
Gooch? Why is he an asshole?
Who's Kurt Gooch? Who's Sam Loomis? Do you know who this guy is? So we want to know, and we know you guys want to know. So we have the Shout It Out Loudcast investigative journalism report team. we have the News Center 5 van driving around right now trying to figure out what's going on.
Hi, this is Dick. This is Dick Johnson here at Creatures Fest, and I've got 3 Kiss tards here.
Hey, I'd like to answer that question. I'm trying to get this baseball signed for $500. I'll be right back. I don't have time to interview.
Here is Kiss tard number 2. His name is Kevin Jepson, and he's got a piece of carpet that he said he purchased from Paul Stanley.
Kevin, I'm going to have to ask you to stop humping my leg. Let's get the interview done first.
And let's turn it over to Ted Koppel, and we're going to talk about Kiss tards.
Ted, there's some other breaking news that's happening here. Can you report on what's going on with that?
I know you want it. This Justin, buckwheat has been shot. I repeat, buckwheat has been shot.
That's such an easy get for me to laugh. That's all I need. It's so
Ed Koppel with his fucking little Lego headdo.
It's like that snap-on headpiece.
That Grasso hairdo.
Oh, jeez.
That's an inside joke. Sorry.
All right. So, but in terms of Kiss, Paul's taking pictures in Verona, like somebody just sprayed the fart spray in front of him.
Dude, that is great, though. There are people, a bunch of Kiss fans walking around and running into Paul Stanley, taking photos of him. And there was a few that had like the same rose tattoo, and they all had their arm out with Paul. And what are the fucking odds on that shit? Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Pretty cool. So yeah, they're doing their European thing right now.
And lovely Sophie Simmons is engaged.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
Damn, I struck out.
Oh.
I was gonna call Gene hey, Dad, how are you?
Hey, Dad. Yeah, Sophie.
Listen, she's signing a prenup, you motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah, she got engaged.
Yep.
Tommy's got a photo. I guess his daughter's touring with him again. That long lost daughter he never knew he had.
Yep.
He put a photo up of them two together.
Gene's been retweeting a lot of stuff from there was a picture here from Ecuador, it looks like, and it's a bunch of fans, all faces painted, costumes.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about the fandom is like just incredible.
Yeah.
Posting stuff from South America.
It's endearing.
Yeah. Posting stuff from Prague, posting stuff from South America, he loves the fans, obviously. We know that.
And then one last thing I want to bring up.
Please bring it up. Yes.
Oh.
I know we have to bring it up.
Our buddy
Thinking Stanley here.
I guess there was another mishap in Spain, Madrid, I think it is. Madrid. They fucked up on Tears Are Falling
badly,
and it looks really bad. So of course he got the video and he put it up, and I saw it, and it's Tears Are Falling. The chorus part. The chorus is always 4. Tears are falling. It runs 4 times. Well, when they're finishing it up, they must have fucked up the track, because on the 4th one of Tears Are Falling, the first line of the next verse is overlapping with the Tears Are Falling of them singing. So at first I'm like, is the fucking chorus a track? I'm like, no, that's them singing. And if you look at the video, you can see like Tommy's like, oh fuck. And Tommy's like, what?
Tommy's like literally running away, like he wants to get off the stage.
Yeah. And then So the first line is being, drowned out by the Tears Are Falling chorus the band is singing. And then so Paul just jumps in the second verse. It starts off.
Yeah, it's
so we know this is a beating a dead horse, but guys, we had another 100 shows. We're doing this and that. We're doing it. This is fucking embarrassing.
It's getting very difficult. It's getting very difficult to be a Kiss fan and defend. Because I'm on record as saying, I'll speak for myself. I'm on record. I don't fucking care if you're using tracks. I don't care. To me, it's like using special effects in a fucking Star Wars movie.
Yeah, help it out though, Tom.
Right? No. I
lip sync. Not lip sync.
That's what I was just gonna say. That's why it's getting more. It's getting more difficult to defend them. It is. It's annoying.
You can't just sing a verse and Tears Are Falling.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Not to be outdone. I remember about a week or two ago. I mean, they've got photos with a lot of the celebrities, rock celebrities now because they're over in Europe. So I saw them do pictures with the original lead singer of Iron Maiden, Judas Priest's lead singer there, Rob Halford,
Paul Di'Anno from Iron Maiden,
and Dave Mustaine. But Dave Mustaine, like a week earlier, was shitting on big bands that can't do it and why they're still performing and all that other shit. And then he takes a photo with them. It's not a good look. And we know our buddy Eddie's going to sit there and jump all over it because he uses that. And then he gets up and starts defending Ace. Ace is still performing. Dude, Ace is a mess.
Yeah.
Okay. Ace's band is kick ass. Okay. But the fact remains that I don't care what Joey thinks. Ace ain't playing a full fucking Kiss concert more than one show ever. No way. He's not. It's just, he can't handle it. But to me, I just, you're not helping yourselves. Yeah. You're not. And it's frustrating.
That's the thing. It's just, it's frustrating because it's like, guys, what the fuck? Like, stop making it so easy for people to just shit on you. And I know we always, people have their opinions of the Sinkin' Stanley character. All he's doing is posting a video that exists. It's not a meme. It's not a thing. It's a video.
He did have them. What did he do?
He added Milli Vanilli, Girl You Know It's True at the end of the video, which I'm sorry made me laugh. And then I got mad at myself for laughing because I'm like, you can't be comparing Kiss to Milli Vanilli now.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. Get somebody else to sing harmonies with you, Paul.
Yeah.
Or put an extra guy back there or something. At this point, it's just not, it doesn't look good. So, in other words, another 100 shows with the same songs. They're not changing a fucking goddamn thing.
Dude, so, that 100 show comment, I feel like he's kind of spoke too soon. I know we keep talking about how they want to push it to the 50th anniversary for 2023, but yikes.
Dude, it's the same set list and set tour and everything since 2012.
Yeah.
10 years of it.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. It's the same show. Come on.
Yep.
Anyway, that's it for Kiss news, Tom. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Why don't you guys give me a break? I'm going to sign the new contract to be a performer on the Shout It Out Loudcast cruise. I don't know what they're having me do. I was told I would be getting a 6-pack of Mellow Yellow Cola.
Yeah, so we're back. I was just actually signing a contract for the Shout It Out Loudcast cruise for a couple cases of baseball so people can autograph them, we can autograph them for them. So I'm telling you, the wheels are turning. By the end of this episode, the cruise is going to be ready to go. I'm telling you.
And we're going to compete with the Jericho cruise at the same time.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
Anyway, Tom, we were texting with Chris about something. I don't remember what it was exactly. And at some point we said, I think we were talking maybe Creatures Fest or something. And then
I think probably.
Yeah. And then we just simply said, hey, let's get when are you going to get those the guys from Kuarantine, the guys we really want to talk to, Chris, on this show. And he's like, give me a second. And boom, next thing you know, PJ's on. Next thing you know, he's like, let me reach out to the guys. And I don't know if he was joking. He's like, I think they respectively declined. I'm like, Motherfucker.
I'm like, wait, did PJ, did he know we were in the text group or is he joking?
And now getting to know him a little better.
Oh, man.
We know he's fucking constantly cracking jokes.
Yep.
And just for reference point, at some point in this episode, you might not understand. He made a thing because I joked to him. I'm like, dude, like something about like, maybe we'll bring Quesada on this episode too. It's like no mention of Joey Quesada. Anybody mentions Joey Quesada, there's going to be a $1,000 fine. So you might hear that in this episode a little.
Yeah, so Jericho was scheduled. He landed in on his flight. He was running a little bit behind. So me and Zeus were online with Kent, Charlie, and Joe for a while, shooting the shit, talking Kiss, talking Quarantine, just talking music. And then PJ and Chris joined in on the conversation, and it was just a fucking blast. Mind you, Zeus hinted at it at the beginning. There are a little bit of technical audio glitches with Chris. You're gonna hear what he said. There might be a couple things you maybe have to rewind it 10 seconds or so to kind of hear it. But we apologize for that. I know Chris does too. But it was an amazingly fun time, and we're excited for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, Chris, God bless him. Just got off a plane.
Yep.
Goes to his hotel, jumps on, and he's using remote access at a hotel. Yeah, the bars or something. For some reason, unfortunately the audio was buffering and stuff. But I mean, we couldn't thank those guys enough. And We'll talk about what we talked about afterwards. But for now, we're going to give you Quarantine, Chris Jericho, PJ Farley, Kent Slucher, Joe McGuinness, and Charlie Parra del Riego. I don't know if I did it, Charlie, but I hope I did it right.
I think you did.
Here it is.
So, Chris, you just landed. Where'd you come from? Tell everybody.
I'm in Savannah, Georgia right now, which apparently is not very good fucking Zoom Wi-Fi for some. But
old country, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot old country, a lot of golfers and ghosts.
Golfers and ghosts. Okay.
Our next Quarantine album, Golfers and Ghosts.
And ghosts.
Golfers, ghosts. But I think, listen, if I'm not fucking freezing, I'm on my iPhone right now.
You're good.
So this might be better because something was going on with the fucking.
Yeah. It's all good.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
All right. Well, first of all, we want to say this is awesome. We got the whole Quarantine guys. Everybody's here. This is awesome. So I mean, we're just gonna start. We're just gonna shoot the shit about Creatures Fest in Quarantine. I mean, so Chris, we were talking to these guys before you came on. We're talking to Charlie, Joe, and Ken about the Creatures Fest experience. What did you and PJ? What did you guys think? What did you think of the crowd, the feedback, your performance? I mean, the first time you did Silver Spoon. Tell everybody.
First of all, one of my all-time favorite Paul Stanley raps that gets zero reaction is he's looking into the crowd and he goes, "I saw you in the lobby getting ice." Getting some ice. So so that'll be my next stage rap. But I mean, Creatures Fest was we were really excited about it because it was basically our first official real gig that wasn't a Jericho partisan crowd, because the first gig we had was on the Jericho cruise.
Yep.
So you gotta, like us there. The second gig was at the Jericho Fest, which is my birthday party. So you really gotta like it. So Creatures Fest was kind of our real kind of stepping out debut on, is this band good enough to fucking rock and carry on this amazing tradition of Kiss that we had started to do. So in that respect, we were really excited about it. And I'll be brief, let the other guys speak as well. I was so excited when we walked on stage to see the crowd. And what I mean by crowd was it was packed, like that little ballroom where they were selling gimmicks and whatever it was, the all the merchandise area, whatever it was.
The expo tent, I think they called it, or whatever. Yeah.
Expo City there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking, okay, they put us on the side stage, and we've played enough side stages in all of our various bands that could be in the parking lot, 100 feet away. But this place was packed, which tells me two things. One, people were interested in what we were doing, or they were curious. to what we were doing. And that's all we needed, because we knew when we came in fucking prepared. All three of the gigs we played, we did a lot of rehearsing. But this was also the first gig that we had with all five of us there. And we were really, really stoked and really excited. And I'll pass it on to somebody else to what they thought about it.
What he means by a lot of rehearsing is we rehearsed once before the cruise for about and Joe wasn't there. And then we rehearsed once before his party, and I wasn't there. And then we finally rehearsed for Creatures Fest. But the thing about Creatures Fest is, I mean, talk about overachievers. We were all together for, 18 hours, I think. We flew in. We did a rehearsal, 4-hour rehearsal. We did a podcast, and we caught a show. We shot a video. We took pictures and played a show.
That's insane.
We got it all in. We did Fest.
And the thing about that I think about Creatures Fest too is Kiss fans are going to be tough on you. They know what they're looking at and they know what they're listening to, and you can't pull the wool over their eyes. They've seen it all and done it all. So to go out there and then, I guess you could say, prove yourself to a hardcore fan base, like Chris said, they weren't there. You had to like us at the two other gigs, but this one you could form your own opinion, and I think that we brought it pretty hard on that show. So I felt really good about it, and the energy was ridiculous. So I walked away very, very, very happy. So I can't complain at all.
My favorite thing. Sorry, Tom. My favorite thing about it was, like, once again, it's a Kiss-friendly crowd, so you're going to get a good reaction. But I don't think people quite understood the power of Quarantine and the desire of Quarantine to steal. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of heavy hitters there, including Bruce Kulick and his band. But what we said, and I would say this to anybody, Bruce or any of those guys don't have a front man. And Kiss, even though Paul has the guitar, Paul Stanley is one of the greatest frontmen of all time. And we were like, fuck it, we're going for it. And the other thing we have that no other Kiss band has from that era is two killer guitar players. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is from a soloing standpoint. So we know that we're a 5-piece instead of a 4. We've got a front man who doesn't have a guitar. So we've got a real chance to do something here and make it special, which we knew we had that already just because of the guys in the band from the start, but also the set list. Like, that's why, listen, Love's a Deadly Weapon. That was the bane of our existence. It is not an easy song to play. It's not. But we're like, fuck it. We need to open with this song. And, wherever it lands, as PJ would say, it's in God's hands now. But, like, right from the start, we're not fucking around. Here's what we're doing. We don't know what Bruce is doing or what Ace is doing or what Vinny's doing, but we're playing probably the most intricate Kiss song in the whole catalog, to the point where those of us in the band know we had to make a couple revisions here and there. So if you're a Kiss fan of this era and you see Quarantine,
locking up,
open with, grabbed by the throat, right, and it's out of that as well.
Well, let's hear from the two guitar players then, because you guys came out with, never mind Chris's energy and PJ's. We saw you, Ken's first time seeing you play, but we saw you guys not too long ago with Fozzy. So, I know Chris the wrestler, but I've never seen Chris live myself, and you guys brought it with Fozzy. So I was kind of curious to see what the heck's going to come out. So not only did everybody else kill it, but now we got two guitar players, and you guys played with flash, and I fucking loved it. And it came across the energy. And I think that's the one word that everyone said more than any about you guys would say: energy. That's all you kept hearing about you guys, amongst the other things. And they're all superlatives, because I think you really didn't know what people didn't really know what to expect. I know Chris the performer, and we just saw him, so we knew what we were going to get, because you don't do anything half-ass. But the rest of you guys, the whole band just came out fucking flying. I'd love to hear from both Charlie and Joe, the guitar players, about, coming out and what you kind of want to bring to this Kiss band.
Well, these guys make it kind of easy. They lay the foundation for what Charlie and I do. So we kind of hop in and just kind of make it, more, because we're playing off each other. Having a player like Charlie is like, any who knows anything about music watches Charlie play and says that guy's incredible. And for me, it makes up my game. So, when you're doing songs like Love's a Deadly Weapon and, you have crowd, your adrenaline's pumping. It's really hard not to, carried away and overshoot the mark, as they say, but, we all play well off each other, and man, it's had such a blast, such an honor.
Charlie, how about you? How did it feel coming out first time on stage, but coming out to Love's a Deadly Weapon, not the easiest song to come out there with a crowd like that?
It's the hardest. I kind of have a really harsh time doing that for the first song, but it's like a challenge in the end. And actually,
tell me about it.
Yeah, it's like I see the faces of. I think that my face and Kent's are very similar when we do that song as a starting song. But I think that
trying to get through it, man.
Yeah, man. It's like Joe actually has helped me a lot during the whole thing of, learning the songs properly for the band. Joe actually sent me even a backing track to, to practice Love's a Deadly Weapon, which actually is, for me, that's the toughest song in the set list. It's like, as soon as we finish that song, it's like, I say, yes. It's like now, because it's a tough song, but yeah, I think that the base of the band is like, we have a great drummer. We'll have like PJ, and Chris is there, having a great time. He's like dancing everywhere, and it's like now I have recorded every Quarantine show, like the three of them, like the Jericho Cruise, the Jericho Fest, and also the Creatures Fest.
Yeah,
and it's obviously like the Creatures Fest is like the band is way more solid than ever. It's like it's three gigs, but it's way more solid. And you can the point of view of this camera is that it catches not like a home video or like a YouTube video from a fan, but it's like right there, and it captures
it's a timestamp. It's a timestamp.
Yes, and it's amazing because I get to watch every member of the band with that, what they're doing, and it's really fun. Now I think that the next time we play together, it's going to be even more fun.
Nice.
It's going to be even more fun.
One thing I want to add is, did you guys know that the songwriter was there? So Wes Beach, who wrote that song, who was in the Plasmatics, was there with us the whole time.
Oh.
Watching you guys perform.
No kidding.
So yeah, Wes is a big listener to the show. He always comments, always brings up Love's a Deadly Weapon.
Always.
I know that. Wow.
And he was there. Very impressed.
Really? Well, he's probably impressed anybody played it, let alone, well.
But let me just take over. Here's the thing I love about this era of Kiss and why Quarantine has legs that can go on for years and years and years. What the fuck right Kiss have to do Love's a Deadly Weapon in 1985? I mean, this is the band that did Love Gun and Lick It Up and I Was Made for Loving You and Shandy. And suddenly out of nowhere, much to Paul's chagrin, they do this basically fucking, in a lot of ways, it's pretty prog rock, and it's very heavy and fast and thrashy. When I say prog rock, the melody line for that song is weird. It's not even a melody line. It's just basically spitting out words, hoping that you get them in time with the beat. I'm getting fired up. I'm gonna now. It's like it doesn't make sense. And No is like that as well. And this is what I love about those songs is when we play them, like listening to them is one thing. Deconstructing them, I think all five of us can agree with this. There's a whole fucking I'm not gonna say Dream Theater or Rush, but there's an element of it in there where I'm like, what were you guys like? Where did this come from?
You know what? It's like not just to interject that I agree with Chris because it is an intricate song, but not in the Dream Theater sense. The song is riddled with anxiety. It is it's chaotic. It's on the verge of collapse at any moment. That's the danger of it. So it's not that it's like well thought out. It's not. That was a one and done. They will never and could never play that song again. You know, I mean, not the way they recorded it. There's no way. It's just too chaotic.
And when you're Gene, Bruce, and Eric. Paul Stanley had nothing to do with that song. I would bet the farm on the fact that Paul never sang a note, had nothing to do with it. And that's why when I sent him that song, when we released it, I got the famous response of the puking emoji.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, not a fan.
And Van Halen.
Wow.
Oh,
Bad Van Halen.
Yeah. Here's his quote, guys. And I'll let Joe McGuinness or Kent Slucher say what it was. What was Paul's response when I sent him that?
He said Van Halen.
Bad Van Halen.
Sorry. He said, sorry, bad Van Halen.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what it was.
Kinky face, yeah.
Hey, Tom, didn't Wes say, and I'm pretty sure this was for Love's a Deadly Weapon, that he kind of labeled it the Motorhead song?
Yeah, I think that's
what it was earmarked. I think they called it that. Somehow Gene liked it, took a liking to it, and it became a Kiss song because his relationship there with Wendy O. Williams and the Plasmatics, you know, and Paul, according to a story goes, he wasn't a big fan of them. Didn't like Gene's involvement too much with them. And of course, he's not going to like that song too much.
There we go.
So Chris, so that leads us to a good segue. So why, I mean, we know that you love the deep cuts from this era. So why seek out a song like Love's a Deadly Weapon or No, 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 and not go with something, you know, I don't know, like, you know, Radar for Love or, you know, I've Had Enough or something like that. Like you guys went deep.
Well, we wanted to do, so we started with No, No, which was really kind of interesting. And I said to the guys, okay, I'll do No, No, No. The caveat is we have to do a Paul song second. And we did Hard Chrome. Yep. So then it's kind of like, okay, well, let's do a Gene. And what do we got? And I can't remember if it was Joe maybe suggested Love's a Deadly Weapon. Someone threw that one out there. And I felt the same about that as No, No, No. I'm like, really? Because I didn't rate either one of those songs. And then once again, it's like, I'll do whatever the guys want to do because I know I'll get a say in the next pick. Because I love singing the songs. Those songs are very hard to sing because it's not my style. But like I said, he's got a very high voice in that area. The end of Love's has really long scream, which goes on for probably, 10 seconds, 12 seconds. And it's really cool to hear that and really delve into these songs. So I wasn't a component of Deadly Weapon, but I'll tell you what, like PJ said, we're holding on for dear life when that song gets going. And, you know, and we played it 3 times now, and all 3 times we hate it, but it's not easy. And that's what I love about being in quarantine is like Fozzy is a great band. And there's a lot of intricate parts, but doing these Kiss tunes for me is a whole different ball of wax because it's different vocal, different timing. You're playing with different musicians. I think that makes us all better players in the end.
Absolutely. And I think with the, you know, I think Joe and I, we brought up No, No, No. And I think the reason is, I think we wanted to come out heavy. I think we wanted to come out just bringing it, you know, and nothing brought it more than No, 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 as far as that riff and that just the double bass thing and all that stuff. And I think we just wanted to come out swinging pretty hard with that one. And, you know, again, go really obscure and let's do some stuff that not a lot of people do. So yeah, I think we accomplished that, you know.
Well, that's you did, because not only did you go obscure, but like you said, you went upbeat, fast, like speed Kiss, which is which a lot of people aren't used to hearing from the band themselves, or even from a band like yourself who's kind of celebrating these songs. So I remember when we first heard that, we're like, holy shit. First, wow, they're playing No, 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 but listen to how they're playing it.
Well, and the cool thing is too, is with these guys, and I think we approached every song is like, we're going to do it justice. We got to do it like they used to do it in the 80s, 90s. We got to do everything fast. Because being a drummer, it's like, I want to hold everything back. And Chris is like, no, man, let's just do it. Let's go. Let's play fast. And if you go back and watch anything that they did in the 80s, it was flying. So it's like
Yep.
everything you hear is going to be, to be close to record tempo when we record it. But when we do it live, it's going to be, the energy level is going to be through the roof. So
yeah, it's Eric Carr like live performance.
Exactly. And we're consciously doing it. Yeah, we're consciously bringing it. And it's not like we're, trying, oh my gosh, they're playing it. It's like we're doing that on purpose because we want to bring it, So
I would have loved to seen them play Love's a Deadly Weapon because they notoriously played everything so fast in the 80s. I would love to see where that landed on the old ticker.
It would have been a 2-minute song.
Not even.
No, you're right, because the song is already faster than who knows what, but then you add it to that era when everything was just really amped up. Like
all that new Kiss footage that's coming out now, and the Asylum.
Yes,
I was like, oh my God, listen how fast that stuff is.
It's great.
Different era, different band.
Oh my God,
amazing. Yeah. Now, go ahead.
I was going to say the energy equaled playing everything fast to them. That's how, in their minds, they came out and they wanted to energize the crowd and energize their playing, because I even know Luke, the artist I play with now, he wants to bump things up a couple beats live because it just automatically brings more energy to the crowd.
Yep.
I put it up, but they came out like an opening band, kind of like ready to,
something to prove.
Something to prove, full of piss and vinegar, and definitely adding, speeding up the tempo definitely energizes. It gives you a kick in the ding ding, if you will.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Tom Zeus. Here's the thing about Quarantine, about what we're doing with this era of Kiss. It's very misunderstood, and there's a huge cult of people. Let me rephrase that. A huge element of Kiss fans that just all over it. Like I was talking to Charlie in Portnoy about all of these leaks that have been coming out, all the 70s stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when the 80s Asylum, this is the leak, no one ever seen anything hard pass. And I was like, fuck you guys. Well, hard pass any album then that we always talk, you idiots. It's like people don't understand great Kiss was in this time frame. And just like I said, the reason why is they were fighting for their lives. They really were. We back on it now as a glamorous time. They were still selling arenas and doing good sales. They really weren't. Kiss and Sell by their old accountant. They were basically doing. You ever wonder why they did an album tour every year? Is they had no money. They were living off their merch from Winterland. Pay them X amount of dollars for the tour up front. So they were really fighting for their life. That's why I love this era of Kiss. That's why I love being Quarantine with the energy we bring to it. The only reason why we're bringing this energy, not the only reason, is watch that and watch them jumping up and down and doing pump kicks. And there's more kicks in the first 8 bars of Detroit Rock City. You know why?
It's City Music Hall Rockettes.
But because they had no production. All they had was a giant Kiss Slam. There's no pyro. There's no fucking anything. There's no cherry pickers. So they're fighting for their lives, trying to put on a Kiss level show with no money. And that's what I love about Quarantine. When you say with a lot of energy, that's a great compliment to me, because we are epitomizing Kiss from that era. A band that is playing as best as they can, as fast as they can, and being as energetic as they can, because they can't rely on the production of the past because they don't have any money for it. And I like that. Without 80s Kiss, there'd be no Union Kiss. There'd be no Kiss playing now on the End of the Road tour. I really believe that.
Yeah. The thing I was going to bring up, so I kind of wrote this quick down of 4 singles. So you got No, 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 Crazy Nights, Heart of Chrome, Revenge, Love's a Deadly Weapon, right? Asylum, Silver Spoon, Hot in the Shade. So I'm predicting Under the Gun, Animalize next. Since you're doing a fast Kiss, that might be your next single. But are you guys going to constantly stay in the Lick It Up, Carnival of Souls era? Nothing outside that?
You mean stay out of it?
No, stay in that zone. Lick It Up, Carnival of Souls, meaning that's the era. No 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 makeup stuff, no solo albums from anybody. You're not going to play Asshole by Gene Simmons, right?
No.
The thing for us is that we don't do a lot of music. I think the last song, Love's a Deadly Weapon, came out in February of 21, and Silver Spoon is, where are we now? May of 22. So it's like, it's almost like an annual thing. Only because we don't want to dilute Quarantine. So we pick the songs very smartly because, like you said, let's do Asshole. And then our kind of unwritten rule is we want to do songs that have never had a video or were never released as a single. Nice. For our song, and live, obviously, we did "Who Wants to Be Lonely" and "Lick It Up" and "Heaven's on Fire." But you have those songs because they're foundations and they're cornerstones of that era. But I for us, when we're do a song and a video and release it and listen, Silver Spoon is number 20 on the radio. So we're putting some. We're releasing it to rock radio. We want people to dig it. So we're not going to do, something just as a gag to, Tom and Zeus think it's funny that we did A Thief in the Night. We want a song that is going to get a chance to be on the radio and take over the same way that No and Silver Spoon have. We have to be smart with their picks. But once again, the beauty of Quarantine is there's such a huge wealth of songs available for us to choose from that nobody knows. When we did No, I remember someone said, is that a David Lee Roth Eat 'Em and Smile song? Like, people don't know these songs. If you know, you know. If you don't, there's still great tunes. And that's what we have to keep a real eye on this, because each year or 6 months or whenever we do a song and a video, because every song is a video, and I'd like to keep that tradition going. Well, it has to be a good one. So we better pick wisely.
And plus, we're the only band that can go to a KISS convention and play and not give a fuck about anyone else's set list. We're safe.
Yeah.
That's true. So is it safe to say that there's more Quarantine to come? Silver Spoon is not going to be your last song.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not. I mean, we started. I'm not going to answer. I know I'm talking a lot, but when we started this, it was never like a one-off. I think all four of us, and then bringing Charlie in afterwards, was like, this is really cool. Like, I think No opened the eyes to us that there's a whole world of people that either know songs or don't, that think it's cool. Like, to go to 25 and be the highest charting song from the Crazy Nights album. That never started out to be. So we decided, let's keep this rolling. It was a pandemic band. Hence the name Quarantine is as clever as that is. But now there's no reason to stop, especially with Creatures Fest being such a big success. Charlie's with us now. All five of us get along so well. We enjoy the hang time. And I know Charlie's obviously a solo artist, as is Joe. But I know for me, and I'm not going to speak for PJ and Kemp, but I would assume they feel the same. It's fun to play with other musicians. That's what musicians strive to do, is play with other musicians. So to get a chance to sing super fucking high on I Just Wanna or All Night, we don't do that in Fozzy anymore. There's like different than that. So if I want to go sing all night super high and super hard, just over day, good. Try it. And when we do that live, it's a challenge for me, and it's fun. I think that's the core of this band. Is it's fun for me. Joe, do you do the same?
What's up? I didn't hear that. Broke up.
Ron, are you paying attention?
Nope.
No,
I said, is it fun for you?
Is it fun for you too, Joe?
Listen, this thing is like a dream come true for me. I get, like my 4 long lost brothers. It almost feels like, I have such a cool connection with these guys, and to play the music that we do, something that we're passionate about, that normally in in our regular music careers wouldn't really fly the way it does. But this thing has such a cool niche to it. You know, we kind of weave in and out of other projects, but always come back here to have a little bit of fun. And you know, I I'll do anything 80s Kiss related anytime. You know, it doesn't matter the song. It doesn't matter. Well, within reason. There's a few songs that we decided that's
will never be played.
No-go.
Wait a minute. Wait, can we hear those?
No.
Meaning, can you tell us what those songs? Oh, come on.
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
we always got to keep that mystique. That's a big part of Kiss in general. So we're
It's our makeup.
Yeah, that's your version of your makeup. These are the songs we ain't playing.
Yeah.
So we
There's
won't.
There's one or two. You know, there's one or two where we discussed it. It's just that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's called Boomerang, and I don't see that happening anytime soon.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. Did we just get silence amongst us?
Is that possible?
I don't even. You guys are the host of the show.
I can't tell if we all went silent or if Chris was talking and his friggin' internet just shit the bed again.
That's what I was waiting for. I couldn't tell.
All right, let's go through each guy. Say a song that we'll never do.
Ooh.
Besides Boomerang. Boomerang's off the
Boomerang.
Okay.
Chris says Boomerang. Ken.
I know mine. And some guys, I think we've discussed this, and some guys in the band like this song. I'm gonna go and Read My Body.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Me and PJ agree on that. We did discuss this one night. The Read My Body sticks out like a sore thumb to me. I'm just not a fan.
You're not a fan.
A fart in a space suit.
Joe, what about you? You could spill it. What about you?
Who, me?
Yeah. What's a song that you would not prefer not to play?
I know the other guys aren't going to like this because I think they like this song, but I'm not a fan of When Your Walls Come Down, and I love the Crazy Nights record, top to bottom.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that song. Yeah, I know Chris loves it, but
it's just the whole "Here Kitty Kitty" part, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know you want it. You know you want it too.
That's on my
kitty.
Charlie, you got anything on your list that you would prefer not to have to be the next Quarantine song?
Yeah, but I'm glad that it's not the non-makeup era. It's a song from the Detroit Rock City soundtrack.
Oh,
yeah, like the movie. Yeah, I know, which is a good thing because I don't like the song.
Count though, Charlie.
Era.
What is it? From our era.
All right, non-makeup.
Non-makeup. I mean, it's a kind of hard. Because it's kind of hard because when you say Boomerang, you say, hey, they're not bad. Oh. You know, if you're popular in the band, all right.
Charlie's just happy to be here. Charlie, do whatever we tell him to do.
Charlie, man, you're too nice.
He's too nice.
To be with you guys? Jesus. All right, PJ, what you got?
Other than Read My Body, obviously. PJ, what you got?
You guys mentioned both of them, actually. Read My Body is my first, and Walls Come Down, probably my second.
Well, it's not that bad. I like that song.
There was another one I was thinking of. Now I can't think of it now.
I mean, there's more.
It's got to be the last two songs from Animalize. Those songs are brutal.
No, they aren't. Murder and High Heels. Lonely is the Hunter.
One of the
When the City Sleeps.
Not Lonely's the Hunter. I'm talking about While the City Sleeps.
Oh, While the City Sleeps.
Horrible songs. Horrible. They're just fucking word salad. Gene threw. Well, that's in my book. Let me put that in a song. Let me put this lyric in a song.
All right,
nothing to do with anything.
I got one. Chris, what do you got? My least favorite Paul Stanley Desmond Child collaboration, and it's not the one you think.
It's You Make Me Rock Hard.
Nope. No. You Love Me to Hate You.
Oh, what? Oh, wow. Dude, when we did our Hot in the Shade album review, that was both of our number one ranked song on that album.
Love that.
Well, that's why you guys are dumb idiots.
There it is.
There's the clip. We got it.
There's the intro. There's the new intro to our show.
You guys are
Does
dumb.
it not bother you guys that Desmond had just come off a huge hit that was called "I Hate Myself for Loving You"?
No, that doesn't bother me.
No.
It
No.
bothers me because I'm like, Desmond, come on, dude. I hate myself for loving you. You love me to hate you. It's perfect. No, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't have like a cat on a hot tin roof in those lyrics, like the one
It's
Desmond
terrible.
put in this one. Awesome song. That Silver Spoon and King of Hearts, that trifecta right there. Those
King of
deep
Hearts
cuts.
is incredible.
Oh,
Yeah.
great songs.
You know,
All three of them.
there was a time when King of Hearts was on the Quarantine set list, wasn't it?
It's a good
Yes,
song.
it was actually.
The early
Yeah.
one.
That's
Like
right.
the
That was on
first
our
one.
first revision. Yeah, the first.
You guys want a little trivia? Here's the song. Here's a little song.
Oh yeah.
That was on the Quarantine set list that we dropped. Not King of Hearts. There was another one that we were going to play, but then when we realized there was like way too many lyrics and it was super fucking boring. Do you guys remember which one it was?
I do. Because I
Under the
I
gun.
do remember it. Yeah. No.
Under the gun.
No.
Nope.
I remember because we took it out and I suggested I just wanna.
I remember that.
was it?
I remember which song. That was
Is it Thrills Night?
yeah, Thrills of the Night.
Thrills in the Night, yeah.
Thrills in the Night. We thought it would be such a cool idea to play. And I was literally everything is different. All the pre-choruses are different. So to put the time in, and it's really kind of just like really boring. It's fun when you're watching during Animalized, but even Animalized tour, when it comes on, I'm kind of like, it's almost a fast forward on that one. That's when they should have sped up, but they did not.
It doesn't.
I've always thought that song was kind of a plodding song that kind of really went nowhere. I know people dig it, but I've never been a big fan. I think it's kind of a boring one.
You don't
I
like
agree.
girls that are get a little dirty at night, Tom?
It's a pass there.
Yeah.
A girl she likes to act all good during the daytime, but at nighttime,
Yeah.
it goes crazy.
I love the choruses on there. I think the band do a great job, and the backing chorus on that might be a little bit difficult. But I think they do a good job on it. They had a shitty video for it, but didn't do much.
Yeah.
So I don't think you guys could do it, right? You said no videos.
Well, no, we're just saying like we were gonna do it live and it didn't translate.
Yeah, we weren't going to
And there's
record the live.
right, but there's
was-
also a song that we actually played live. Because it's not song, and Charlie very sad because he played the solo. Tears Are Falling.
Here's a falling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this is the original Quarantine
Oh, Charlie's got
set
the
list.
set list.
Yeah,
Nice.
this is the original. Yeah. I actually have my Quarantine stuff, but I actually guys, I gotta confess something that I'm gonna confess in this podcast.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Breaking
I know.
news.
You quit.
Remember, guys, that now after ever, I've always
said
wanted to be. I've always told you I'm Quarantino por siempre.
That's right.
But
right.
but
He's got
you
a
know,
back-
guys, what happened after I left Nashville? I had like this mini tour around some places in the States, like West Virginia and Fort Wayne, Indiana.
All
and
my
I
people.
actually-
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I actually lost the granny panties from the cruise. I
Oh,
don't know
no.
where they are. I felt so bad when I arrived home. I was like, oh my God, I had only one job and I blew it. I'm sorry, guys.
How did you lose those? How could you lose those?
I know. I watched the video and that part where actually Chris grabs the granny panties and I said, oh my God, this is awesome. And I looked for them and oh my God, they're nowhere here. They're
You know
not in
what?
the room.
Somebody's probably got them using them as a car cover right now,
Oh man.
covering their Volkswagen Beetle with that.
It was Tom.
During the Jericho cruise, somebody literally threw some panties on stage. Now this was unbeknownst to us. It was did. So it's so perfect for Animalized era Kiss. And even though we're playing all eras, the band is basically Kiss Animalized Tour. That's our mindset.
Yeah.
So when we did Creatures Fest, we hired a team to do the video. And I said to Adrian, one of the directors, I said, make sure there's plants in the audience throwing women's underwear on stage. You would have thought that this was like freaking Hugh Hefner, Playboy Mansion, 1975. I had so many people go, so many chicks with bras and panties stage. That was awesome. And I'm like, yes, it was, because we planted the chicks there. And by the way, the same way that Kiss did the chicks there for the Animalized concert. I think those chicks throwing fucking panties and bras on the stage? No. They were paid to be there, and they threw the shit on stage, and that's rock and roll.
Somebody, why was Gwyneth Paltrow from Shallow Hal there?
Oh, Jesus. Nice, BJ. Oh, man.
But Charlie lost those.
I know those. That's the thing. They were not even small.
That was one of our friends playing the trick on us, I think.
Oh,
Valentino.
Now, do you guys ever see yourselves doing a couple dates in a row, or touring for a little bit, maybe something small, or are you always going to be, there's the Jericho Cruise, or there's another Creatures Fest, or there's another Kiss convention, or is it going to like one-offs, or do you think you can ever get to a point where you can do 4 or 5 cities or something?
Ask our manager.
All right.
EJ's our ipso facto manager, by the way.
I need to drink. Yeah, we keep saying, man, that was great. We got to do some more shows. All right, let's book some more shows. And we all look at our schedule. We're like, oh wait, I'm not available. I'm not available. You're not available. I'm out on tour. We have zero availability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Till winter, maybe.
And also, too, here's the thing. And once again, it's a champagne problem, as we say.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to do more shows. I think putting together a 2-week tour might be a little bit crazy, but to do some weekends for sure. But I'm Robert Plant in Quarantine, and Kent is John Bonham. I don't really want to do this band without Kent, because to me, he's the best musician in the band, and he holds the band together. And he's really busy with Luke Bryan, as all of us are busy. But I think Luke's schedule is a little last minute from what I am surmising.
It can be, yeah. I'm pretty much on call. It's like if he calls, I got to be there, kind of thing. He's the bread and butter,
Yep.
Which listen, if we had to get Joey Casada to come in, we could.
$1,000,
$1,000.
$1,000 in the kitty.
Charlie, pay that for
By
me.
the way, the kitty comes to me.
Charlie.
The kitty comes to me because it's my rule. That's $2,000. $2,000. I'm over.
His name is COVID Casada, by the way, because anywhere he goes, he gives people COVID.
Last name counts.
We can get Grant Brooks to come and replace him. But my point is, like, I really like this lineup of the 5 of us, because we did the first gig with Charlie because Joe was available. We did the second gig with all 5 of us at a birthday party. But the third one really kind of, to me, cemented us as a really, I'm not going to say a great rock and roll band because we don't have the miles yet, but we have potential to be great. But now I think we're a pretty fucking rock and roll band, because we've got 5 pros, and we put in the, and PJ's kind of made a little bit light of it, but all the rehearsals were 5 hours long. At least the first one and the third one was. And I think if we played some more, we could really gel. There's a couple things that happened on the Creatures Fest that we're laughing about that we could eliminate, but we're getting tighter every time. So I would like to do more shows as long as all 5 of us are involved. If we did 10 shows with the 5 of us under a belt and someone couldn't make it, then maybe we could get, but I think right now it's important to establish Quarantine as the band that we are, which is all 5 of us, because that's where the reputation starts getting around. Like Tom Zeus and all the people that saw us at Creatures Fest that were really about us. The reason why is we were a 5-point star. Everyone that we had brought into the band and rehearsed and envisioned the band was there. And that's why it worked. Because like, okay, motherfucker, here's the 5 of us. We don't want to have a sub for our first official gig. It's like, well, that sucks. So if we can do a few more shows, just the 5 of us, when we're available, then I think the legend and the demand will grow. And then we can do a little bit more regularly and not worry as much if one of us can't make it. But right now, all 5 of us have to be at every show. So we have to pick the shows wisely when we're all available.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that
makes
100%.
So before we wrap it up and let you guys go, is there any can you give us can you give us
Hey, wait. This reminds me of something.
Go ahead.
The end of night 1, I believe it is. That's when we're all hanging out the lobby. They kick us out of the fucking hotel restaurant. Keep moving in. Everybody ends up hanging out in the lobby. Chris, you're doing all sorts of animalized shit, fucking screaming. We're all having a blast. We're all out of our minds. And then there's poor Kent walking by, and he's got like all these like toys or something for his kids.
Gifts.
He was the
Gifts
adult.
from
He was the adult in the room.
And I made a point to look at him. I'm like, dude, look at him and look at Chris. And you just gave a look at Chris and kind of just shook your head like, yeah, like a disappointed dad.
No.
Like, what the fuck?
No, you know what I was thinking? Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking, he's got to be up early in the morning for meet and greet.
Exactly.
And I said, no way. He's a fucking machine.
And lo and behold,
I kept telling him, stop doing the fucking routine. You're giving away the show. You just doing the fucking, I'll tell you this. Everybody in the lobby.
Lo and
Can I just
behold,
say
man.
something?
Yeah.
Man, Chris is a hero, and I'll tell you why. My hotel room was directly across from his. And we had to be up early, and I don't know what time he got to bed. Maybe he remembers. I don't know. But regardless, it was pretty late, I assume. I knock on his door. I'm like, boy, I really don't want to wake him up, but we got to get our ass in gear. We got to be to this meet and greet at 10 o'clock or be ready. I knock on his door, and I don't remember if Kent was with me or not.
I
open the door, and there's hair's not made up at all. He's wearing jeans, nothing else, and it's like taking a bite of oatmeal or something. And then we're like, holy shit, this could be a while. I swear to God, he slipped on some shoes,
shades,
did this to his hair, put on some shades, a leather jacket. All right, let's do this. And I'm like, dude, you look like $1 million.
Yeah,
you would never know.
Dude, I don't look like that my whole life.
He got probably the least amount of sleep out of all of us.
Machine.
He's my hero because of that.
He walked out.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious right now? You look like this. And did this thing look like a rock star? And I'll never look like that in my whole life. Not cool.
I remember that because you actually went to look for me.
Okay. So can I just say something to you guys?
Absolutely.
Can I say something here? Let me just put a fucking stop right now to this Kent Slucher presents for kids, this responsible one. Because I have seen Kent Slucher.
He cut out. Sorry.
Good time to cut out.
Man.
Twice.
Yeah.
One time.
Oh my God.
I think this is divine intervention, Ken.
Oh man, I think
it's in God's hands, right?
This is
in God's hands now.
That
Man, they heard every word you said, man.
I'm going to call in later and leave a voice message. And
What a
finish
great
the story.
Great story.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, Chris could send us one of his patented voice texts with like a 5-minute rant at like 2 a.m.
I'll just put it this way.
I will.
I don't drink a lot. But when I was hanging out with Chris, I did, and I may or may not have got a little ill in his room. That's all I'm saying.
And his forest.
And his forest one.
You'll see the real details. You'll see all the details of the VH1 behind the music.
But that's it.
Oh man,
there I came clean.
All right,
but you know what? I rock starred on and shot the video though.
Nice.
Am I still frozen?
You're frozen, man.
Dude, I'm waiting for Chris to send us the message. You two fucking idiots still using fucking Skype. Your connection.
No, hey, Skype's long gone.
Yeah, that was it.
So all right. So before we wrap it up, is anybody allowed to, if you know, can you give us a hint at least on what the next songs, what album is it coming from? Or do you even know? Do you even know what your next song is? Have you even started working on it?
It's chosen, and you'll not.
No teasing?
Is it chosen?
No hints? No nothing?
Is it?
I remember that. I remember it was chosen.
Yeah, it was, but I don't know.
Yeah,
If it was confirmed officially. So we'll have to kick it around a little bit more to see.
Okay.
I always take notes.
Charlie's taking notes. Charlie knows what the song is, but he's sworn to secrecy. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm in the text thread. I have it.
So can you guys each, before we go, what are everybody doing for the rest of the summer? Music wise, what do you guys got going? Plug whatever you got.
I'm touring. With Luke.
Okay.
Loud and Proud till mid-October, and then we're sprinkling in some Las Vegas residencies there, here and there, and I'm busy.
Nice.
Hence the eyes tired.
Yeah. PJ, what about you? What do you got for the next few months this summer?
I'm basically playing with a different band every fucking weekend. I have Trixter shows. Me and Steve doing acoustic Trixter in August. The first weekend of August. Second week of August, I have some solo shows coming up in Florida that I'm doing, just my stuff. Third week of August, I'm going out for a short run with Ra, and I'm filling in with Steve Brown's other band, Tokyo Motor Fist, in a couple of weeks. So like summer's off, Fozzy tours in the spring and the fall.
Yeah.
And this summer we didn't do any festivals or fly dates or like one-offs or anything like that. So I just got to enjoy the summer home and just kind of pick up gigs and just, usually I play with my compadre, Eric Martin, but he's over in Europe all summer. So it freed me up to do a whole bunch of different things. So I'm just I have a whole buffet of things I'm doing.
Nice. Yeah. I caught you in Worcester with Steve. And that's when Joey gave me COVID.
Joey, what?
I didn't say his last name.
You didn't say his last name.
No.
Joey COVID.
That's 500. That's 500. That's 2,500.
Yeah. And then, by the way, your show is, you guys did a pretty good job. I liked the acoustic set you and Steve did at you guys played the same place just a couple days later, right?
Right.
Yeah. And the Expo Center. It was great. Right. It was really great. Joe, what about you, buddy?
Well, a few things. My solo project, I got a few live shows coming up later on, and I got some new music I'm working on releasing. Also with Klassik 78, working on getting the Phantoms album on vinyl.
Oh, perfect.
So Charlie and Tom and I are working on that and trying to figure out the detail on this track that's included and all that. And then on top of that, I have a few things I got to do for ESP guitar. And really that's about it. Just staying busy.
Nice. Charlie, what about you, buddy? What do you got planned for the next few months, the summer?
Well, actually, I'm playing shows here in Peru. I wouldn't call it like touring because it's not touring, because it's like I've been playing and then I'm coming back home. Okay. But then I'm working on my solo stuff as well. I have some like cool guests. Dino Casares is in the album.
Nice.
Michelangelo Baccio is in the album.
Wow.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I gotta thank Chris because he actually taught me how to pronounce his name properly. I used to call him Michelangelo Baccio. So thank you. And then working with some stuff with Kramer Guitars USA as well. That's probably one of the main reasons why I get to go to the States very often. But I really hope that the next time I go to the States is to perform with my Cuarantinos, because it's really awesome too. It's a really awesome thing to do. Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Chris, what do you got going on? Nothing, right? You don't have shit.
You hear me now? Am I back?
You're back.
There you
Can
are.
you hear me? For fuck's sakes, man. I'm sending voicemails for all these fucking things that we talk about. Okay, first of all, you want to find what I'm doing, just Google me. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I want to say that Here's my favorite thing. Once again, getting a chance to play with Kent and PJ and Charlie and Joe has been a lot of fun. Just making new friends via music. Made like a new connection with guys. Charlie Parra, like what a great guy from Peru. Learned English, super funny, like fucking like the best guy. So great, you know, and picking up chicks and like throwing panties around and using credit cards to open hotel room doors, etc., etc. And the quiet man who's really a madman. He puked in my forest and he puked in my wastebasket in my hotel room, but he never told anybody. Said a word. So the next morning when I wake up, I go in the bathroom like, what the fuck is this? You know, Joe McGuinness, possibly the nicest guy in the world, brought his whole family to Creatures Fest, had them all in his hotel room. There was one bed. I saw one bed, and there was 4 people, and he was just so happy. And the kids in the front row. I think your son actually threw a bra on stage. Everyone was so great. And then PJ and I, the pirates of the band, and once again, it's just a really great experience to play with other people, make new friends. Listen, this is a great era in Kiss that even Kiss doesn't focus on. When Silver Spoon went to 20 to Paul, and Paul went, "That's awesome." Now, for Paul to say that's awesome is the equivalent of the Gettysburg Address of fucking compliments. So even Paul and Gene are excited about this because no one focuses on this era, and we are so excited to do so. And there's so many songs. We could do 50 more singles, Lord willing, and they'd all be just as good as the 4 that we've done. So if you saw us at Creatures Fest, thank you. If you've listened to our tunes or watched our videos, thank you. We're doing it for fun, but we're doing it for rock and roll as well, because this type of music and Kiss's era that no one talks about deserves more of a spotlight, and we're giving it to them. So thank you.
You
Agreed.
made this happen.
I saw you in the
Well, I just got to end with this one thing I want to add. So we were there, you know, you got probably 5,000 podcasters there watching you guys. I can tell you, you really kicked everyone's ass.
Yeah.
You guys really stood out. No one knew what to expect. Everybody heard of Bruce's band from the cruise, so we knew what they could bring. But you guys really surprised everybody. We do every week we do a poll after an episode. So we've been doing Creatures Fest reviews, 2 parts. Our last poll was, what was your favorite part of Creatures Fest? So we put out Bruce's band, Peter Criss appearance. Can only do 4 on Twitter. So Peter Criss's appearance, the pool, the Unplugged Pool show, and Quarantine. You guys made it to number 2. So you're ahead of Peter and you're ahead of the pool, and you were quite ahead of those guys. So, and we're
number 1.
Bruce's band.
Oh, okay.
They've been doing this thing for years, and everyone knew what they're getting with it. But my point is, what is the expectations for people? They don't know you guys that well. They don't know, you know, they didn't know what they were going to get. But the people that saw it, I'm telling you, exceeded everybody's expectations. And now I think they're super interested what's coming.
Can I say, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just gonna say, not for nothing. Tom Zeus, we love you guys, but we think you overlooked one thing here, and that's Chris's outfit for the past, few shows.
That's actually a great point, Joe.
I mean, he goes all out.
I just want to give him credit for going the extra mile, because you're not going to see a lot of people doing that.
That's a good point.
You Make Me Rock outfit, which was made by Kim Dilla, who's amazing. And I'll tell you this, it's a literal chainmail sleeveless shirt, and it chafed the fuck out of my nipples. So
it was old.
I think that's
Let me say 2 more things. One,
yeah, please.
2 more things. One, you can't compete with Bruce Kulick's band, but I'll say this, and you can print it on whatever. our band is more entertaining than Bruce's band. And I'll go that to the wire. I'll tell anybody in Bruce's band that. Number two, can we talk about the fact that Bruce Kulick played with Kuarantine?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We never discussed that. So Bruce played a solo on Heart of Chrome, and we're in the video together. But I think all of us can agree that one of the highlights of that show at Creatures Fest was having Bruce Kulick. I always forget how fucking tall he is. He's like 6'6", walks on stage. Like, dude, it was so much fun to play Heart of Chrome, which Kiss has never played live.
Yep.
With Bruce Kulick on lead guitar. Bruce Kulick lead guitar. And just, I loved it because I just went nuts, like dancing. And Bruce after was like, "You got a lot of energy, okay? I thought you were gonna knock me over, okay?" but don't take away the fact that Bruce really loves the fact that Kuarantine exists.
Oh yeah,
because he appreciates the fact that we respect his era. So when he came on stage with us, I was so excited. How did you guys feel? I mean, fucking hell, we had Bruce play with us.
Great too, because especially for Bruce, it's like he's out there doing it, playing his era songs, but that's him doing it. He loves Kuarantine so much because here's another band of a group of guys, great guys that are flying the flag for me. So it's like, that's why it's not like, oh, why are these guys out here? It's not like a competition thing or like, why are these guys out here?
Oh, it's not.
I love this. They're out here.
We're doing it. We're doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
It's literally overwhelming for me. I mean, it's cliche to say, but I saw that guy play my whole life. I saw him on most non-makeup tours, and it blew me away that he would be a part of the project with us, when he on that song and everything, and give his blessing basically to this gig, that we're doing. But it's one thing to do that, but to want to get up and play with us is another. And it really blew me away, to look over and see him there, it's a timestamp of my life. That guy's riffs kept me off the streets, a lot of time. And I'm not going out of the way to say that. I mean, that's a true story. He kept me out of a lot of trouble. A lot of those riffs and those melodies just gave me, I don't know, it just did something to me. It's hard to put into words, really,
Nice.
And I think before Charlie and Joe answer, I think what I was saying before about being more entertaining than Bruce's band is you could put Bruce Kulick's band and Kuarantine one after another, and there's two separate entities here. Let me rephrase that. Bruce's band is technically amazing. Like those guys, Kearns and Zach Thornton. I mean, that's fucking top of the line. What we bring to the table is a little bit more of the fucking of Kiss from that era. And I think the two sides to the coin, no pun intended, that really we could do a tour together and we would just make sure we don't. And I don't think we did a lot of overlapping of songs anyways. I know they did Revenge in its entirety, but only this time. Like they've never played Heart of Chrome before, but we could do enough of keeping it separate and tour together and say, here's the technical side of Kiss. Here's the fun side of Kiss. And by the way, our fucking players are amazing too, but we're a little bit more loose and raw.
We're not as polished. Yeah, we're not as polished.
But Kiss was not as polished on the Animal tour, right?
Right.
There's a vibe on both. And that's why I really think that's why I love the fact that Bruce came and played with us, because he was like, there's no competition here. There's these guys doing this and we're doing this. And the most important thing is we're putting a spotlight on this fucking era, Bruce's era, as I always talk about, that Kiss really does not.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah, like 100%. That whole Kiss era. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't want to speak for you guys, but I grew up with that 80s hair metal era, that music. I put Kiss's fucking production there right with the best of them that I liked, at least growing up. I liked it all the way through, just as much as the Rats, the Bon Jovis, the Cruise. I liked the Kiss albums that they put out in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't.
Me too.
Like, that's when I got back into them, like more as an adult rather than the kid that was mesmerized with the covers. But like that stuff, I loved it. And the fact is, they don't play it. They can't in their incarnation that they're in now. But they don't promote it. It's almost like they, you know, we know we've had this conversation before about there's a segment of Paul. There's a part of Paul that, that's not as mature as I am now. And he brushes that shit aside sometimes. It aggravates me.
I disagree, Zeus. I disagree. I don't think it's Paul saying it's not as mature. I think it's Paul saying this was a time, and talking to Paul as much as I have, this was a time we were fucking going for it. And I don't think he feels bad that he can't sing that way anymore. But I also think he's a realist and is like, we can't do these songs. They're too fucking high. Because he will say to me, it was effortless sing those tunes. So I don't think he's denying we're much more mature now. I think it's an era where it's like, unless we tune down, which I don't think Paul wants to do, it's very hard to sing. And I say that with the utmost respect. It's the same thing that Ozzy goes through. You can't sing those melody lines in your 20s and 30s and expect to do it in your 60s and 70s. Right. And that's what I think Paul respects that time frame, but he doesn't want to think about it because he's not that type of singer anymore. But I think he still appreciates the fact that we're doing this because, once again, these are great fucking songs. Really are.
I'm with you on that. I just feel like they should be putting more, at least then if you're not going to be singing them live, then put some more respect on it, whether it's compilations or even in discussions. Anytime he talks about music, like that era is forgotten.
Well, even on the Kissology stuff, they kind of glanced over this.
Yeah,
that era,
right,
you know.
To reunion. Yep. And the bands like yourselves and Bruce's band, although Bruce's band does do some makeup stuff, so they're not just focused on the non-makeup era. You guys are right there in that bang zone, and you're killing it with it. And I think a lot of us that like that forgotten era of Kiss, this is the closest we're going to get to getting them back and playing it, because you guys play with that same fun and energy.
Let me ask you this.
Thank you, man.
Let me throw this out to the panel. I found, and I had a lot of people comment on this, I found it very interesting on last cruise that added Take It Off and they added All Night. Right? So you guys were there.
Yep.
Yeah. We
Do
fucking
you
loved
think,
it.
now, listen, Paul and Gene don't give a shit about Quarantine, but they know it exists. I know that because I've sent it to them. Do you think there was a little bit of a push on like, okay, Bruce is doing 80s stuff. Quarantine has songs on the radio with the 80s stuff. Let's put a couple of 80s tunes in here. What do you want to do, Paul? Let me try All Night. Let me try Take It Off. I don't know. Do you think,
I like to think so.
Think that we might have had some influence on that?
I would love to think so. That'd be awesome. You know.
Yeah, I don't think.
What do you think, Tom Zeus?
Yeah, I don't think Paul and Gene are stupid. They're
right.
Paul pretends to not care what people think, but he absolutely cares what people think. He'll never admit it, but he knows how the crowd goes absolutely insane for Bruce's band every time they perform. He knows that Quarantine exists and Quarantine's a thing, and that it became a craze for Kiss fans. So you're right. Of all the songs that they throw in there and that they added into those set lists, it was too deep cut. Well, All Night, not really a deep cut, but Take It Off.
It's pretty deep though.
It's deep, but they added those songs, those non-makeup songs that really blew people away, and you could feel the energy in the crowd when you started to hear that opening riff to Take It Off. The crowd, you could feel it in the crowd. Yeah,
love those two songs.
Yeah,
and the fact that they played it, everybody was on their feet, and I think they know.
They know that.
They see, like, if you guys are out here doing your thing and Bruce's band is doing their thing, and it was kind of falling flat, they know the energy you guys are bringing, and that people are interested, and they see where your tracks are going when you release your singles. Paul's not stupid. Oh, shit, that did better than when we released on Crazy Nights. Or the reaction Bruce gets on the cruise. They see that stuff. Yeah, they know it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Take It Off is on my future list for sure.
Oh, please do it. Please.
Wave your panties in the air, shake your ass, and wave your hair. I mean,
exactly.
Come on.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
When you spread a little oil, your blood begins to boil.
My blood begins to boil.
That's right.
Oh, that song's the best. So.
All right. That's a great way to wrap it up. You guys have been more than kind with the time you've given us. Kent, Joe, PJ, Charlie, Chris, you guys rock. This has been more fun than we ever imagined. You guys have been awesome. I think our listeners are going to be blown away by how much fun this is and how much you guys talked about all different kinds of great stuff with quarantine. So thank you so much, guys. Be safe. Good luck this summer. Whatever you're doing, stay busy, stay in touch. Chris, we love you guys. You guys are great. Thank you so much for giving us all this time tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom Zeus. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Tom, before we go, I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
You guys like to party?
Like to party?
Yeah.
We'll play along. Yes.
I like to party too. You see, I've been partying a lot myself, so I wasn't going to take myself an appointment at the doctor. My appointment was at 10:30. I got there a little bit early at 10:15. You don't want me to continue?
Yes, we do.
All right.
Go down to the lobby and do it.
And I walk in. And I see this note. I got to tell you something. Shout Out Loudcast. This note had the biggest tits I've ever seen before in my life. This girl, she's not paying attention. I'm in my chair reading my magazine, and she acts like I'm not there. She acts like I don't even exist. She walked by me like this. Kent?
Boom. Oh, yep. Boom. Chop, boo, boo. Chop, boo. Chop, boo, boo. Chop, chop.
This girl, I say, hey, honey,
Deserves a screenshot.
She been dancing right now and goes, I grabbed this girl, I pulled her in like this. She says, why don't we begin this examination just a little bit early? So my jeans, my Levi 501s, the real tight ones. She goes, Chris, why don't you unbutton your jeans? I'm the top one. Next one. Next one. Next one. She grabs her hand. She checks the temperature. Make sure it's not too cold. She puts her hand right down the front of my pants. She said, Chris, what do you want to do now? I said, what, honey? She said, what do you want to do now? I said, I want to, oh, nice. Go. That's our cue. Bounce,
No, that's a segue.
You got to love that.
Oh,
You follow that, do you?
no.
That's
Guys.
my ringtone, actually.
Follow that, West Beach.
What?
Yeah, I felt in Nashville for a bit.
Oh,
You guys rock.
Thank
Kent,
you.
Joe, PJ, Charlie, Chris, again, you guys rock. Thank you so much. Be good. Thank you.
guys.
See you guys.
Appreciate it, boys. Thank you
Thank
very
y'all.
much.
All right.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
great
Take
night.
care.
Thanks, guys.
See you, boys.
All right.
Viva
Take
las Quarantino.
I quarantined.
Have a great night. Thanks.
See you, boys.
See ya.
What a blast, an absolute blast. And we hinted at this earlier in the episode, could have gone on for another hour or so. Those guys are so great. They love talking about being in quarantine. They love talking about Kiss. They love talking about each other and playing together. Ton of fun, ton of passion. And it's just amazing that we were able to get all of them together and just have a blast. PJ is like the court jester of the group, like keeping everybody laughing. But what a great bunch of guys. It was a blast to have them on. And we can't thank them enough for taking that time. It was a really, really fun time.
Yeah, you guys missed it. There was a little part earlier, like we mentioned before, that the three of them were on. So we were waiting for PJ, who were like, dude, how the fuck did the other three, who we didn't send the link to, on before the two that we did send the link to?
Yep.
But regardless, we were talking some 90s country, Tom.
That's
I was
right.
talking with Kent, and I found out that he had played with one of my favorite 90s country artists, Pam Tillis.
Mhm.
We were talking a little bit about that. We're going over some Creatures Fest stuff, the whole Vinny show,
Yep.
and listen to how Joe and Charlie and Ken were there right in the beginning. Tons of fun. Those guys are a fucking blast, and they're like respect. And the way they broke down, just breaking down Love's a Deadly Weapon.
That was
I think
amazing.
Wes is having a boner for a week. How intricate that song is, and how they Kiss in that era was not getting its respect, but the songs are really there. I disagree a little bit with Chris about the way Paul sees things, because me and you, Tom, have talked about this many times.
Yeah.
Paul gets annoyingly dismissive about certain parts of the band.
Oh, totally.
Whether it's The Elder, whether it's the movie, or sometimes the 80s stuff. I just feel he gets
things that critics don't like. He shuns, he pushes it aside if the critics think it's trash.
But a band like Kuarantine could take those songs and shine some light to them. People are like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, not to take any away from their musicianship, but like, this is a good song.
Yeah. And it was funny, like you said, talking about Love's a Deadly Weapon, because that's what they opened up with at Creatures Fest, and hearing like Charlie talking about like, holy shit, this is what we're going to open with. And then Kent being like, God damn, because Kent's a country guy. He plays with Luke Bryan. And so opening up with that and just kicking that energy right into gear, and just hearing all their perspectives on that song, you know, playing the deep cut, you know, no, and the newest one, Silver Spoon, that's charting for them. I mean, it was just a really awesome conversation. And again, fresh off the heels of Creatures Fest and seeing them play and having them tell us the story of how exciting it was for them to play live in front of a crowd of Kiss fans. Like Chris said it perfectly. He's like, yeah, we've played on the Jericho Cruise. That was a Jericho friendly audience. We played at the Jericho Fest. That was a Jericho friendly audience. This was a generic Kiss audience. And to play for them and get the kind of feedback and passion that they did, it was awesome. And then of course we had some fun at the end about songs that they don't want to play, and you know, we tried to pull out some teasers about what's next, but they wouldn't bend. Yeah,
there was some great little stories of, hey, Charlie, this is how this song goes, and Joe sends him over the tracks for it. I think was it for Love's a Deadly Weapon, or was it for No?
It might have been. It was. I can't remember. It was one of those two, I think.
Yeah, and like them working out there's something, because they don't get much chance to work together. But you can tell, like being there, watching them perform, and then watching them interact with each other. These are 5 guys that really like each other. Yep. They're all busy in their careers, so you know they don't get that much opportunity to be together. But they're looking forward to any time they get a chance to, and perform classic 80s Kiss songs.
And it was clear too, like the love and the passion that they have, because you have to be, because you're not playing Heaven's on Fire and Tears Are Falling. You're playing No and Heart of Chrome and Silver Spoon, like the deepest of the deep cuts. And these guys, they love it. And it was a thrill for us. It was a fun time. It was an interesting time. Of just as a Kiss fan, me, and a Jericho fan and a Kuarantine fan, just a thrill to have them on, and we can't thank them enough.
Yeah, and they're not going anywhere.
No, thank God.
This is only the beginning.
Yep.
So, you know, we're just bitching about 100 more shows for Kiss. Well, when Kiss is over, where are we going to get our fix? Well, we're going to get our fix with those Bruce Kulick band. We're going to get our fix with Kuarantine. That's going to be one of the ways we can continue our love of this band.
That's right.
And we're lucky to have them. They fucking blew everybody away at Creatures Fest. And we're very lucky to have them come on our show, talk with us. And we're looking forward to doing it again with them soon.
Absolutely. Yep. Great time. We hope you guys had fun with that interview, because we sure as hell did.
Tom, what we do next is we do question of the week. What do we got?
Yeah, so our question of the week is brought to the wonderful Fusion Tech Data and Electric. Fusion Tech is a recognized communications contractor specializing in the construction, splicing, testing, and documentation of all types of fiber optic networks. Along with that, Fusion Tech Electric can service all of your electrical construction needs, commercial, industrial, and utility, as well as electrical substation work and all UPS and DC power plant installation. Fusion Tech currently operates throughout the 5 boroughs of New York City, as well as New Jersey and the tri-state area, providing union labor with IBEW Local 3 in New York City and IBEW Local 164 and Local 102 in New Jersey. For more information about Fusion Tech, visit their website at fusiontech-llc.com or call them at 973-650-1357. We love Fusion Tech and Joe Decker.
Yeah, Fusion Tech.
Yeah.
So, Tom, as you're reading this, I try not to look at my Twitter account or my phone, and just in case my kid tells me the house is on fire, I glance at my phone. But as you're reading this, it says we got a new tweet For moving on, 266-0850. Fax line's cooking, Tom. He writes to Shout Out Loudcast on Twitter. How do I know I've been listening to my fair share of Shout It Out Loudcast? Want to finish the rest of that, Tom? What does he say?
I walk out of an account today, and I say to myself as I approach my car, yeah, Fusion Tech. And then we just got a response to that from Uncle Paulie saying, Joe Decker would be proud. Yeah, Fusion Tech. That's advertising right there, baby.
And that's you guys, once again, as we were praising you guys earlier, you're helping the show, and we thank you for that, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. You guys rock. Awesome. So that being said, so the question of the week here comes from James 6 Star on Twitter. This is a timely question. So he asked it, and I'm glad I'm reading it right now. Yeah. Hey guys, why do you believe there hasn't been any talk of Cruise Fest for the upcoming cruise? I would be more willing to go to one in LA more so than Miami. Well, that's interesting, James, because right now we're recording on Wednesday, July 13th. It is 10 minutes of 9 Eastern Standard Time. And Joe D'Angelo from Cruise Fest is scheduled to go live on Facebook at 9 o'clock to talk about Cruise Fest, because the great Joe D'Angelo is organizing Cruise Fest. And he posted something on Tuesday night saying, you guys want some Cruise Fest info? How's tomorrow night sound? Say 9 p.m. Tomorrow night, meaning tonight, Wednesday the 13th. So by the time you hear this episode, hopefully Joe will have followed through on that, and there will be some Cruise Fest info. We talked about it before. We're booked on the cruise because we want to be booked. Who knows?
Or Cruise 2.
Right.
The original one, the later date one.
Right. So Cruise Fest, it's there. Look, Joe puts a ton of time and energy. Organizing something like Cruise Fest is probably no different than organizing something like Creatures Fest or whatever. So we know Joe has done it in the past, and I'm sure he'll come up with something great. So again, hopefully by the time you hear this, there will be some information if that's something you're interested in.
The hard part is going to be, how's he going to do it between the two cruises? One goes, it comes back. One goes, one comes back.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how's he going to get some of those artists that are on the cruise and performing?
Right.
Usually they're on prior to getting on the cruise, but if they're on it now, how are we going to see anything on Creatures Fest?
Well, that's why I'm glad I'm not the one trying to figure out those logistics, and Joe is. So, But James 6 Star, thanks for the question. We interact with you a lot on Twitter, so thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. And Fusion Tech.
Yeah, Tom, tell people where they can find us.
We always start with our wonderful, awesome website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's where you can find all of our episodes, ARC episodes, Zeppelin Chronicle episodes, rankings, lists, everything that you'd want. Shout It Out Loudcast. You can click on the links to buy our merch. You can click on links that take you directly to Amazon to buy anything Kiss related, anything ARC related, the albums that we review, the Zeppelin albums we review, pictures, links to our friends, pictures from Creatures Fest, pictures from the cruise, pictures of friends and fellow Loudcasters wearing the merch. So check it out. It's a great website. Tons of stuff for you to look at, including obviously the episodes. And of course, you can always email us, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. We try to read all the emails on the show. Sometimes we don't get to all of them, but I can assure you we are reading every email, at least between each other. And of course, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those very interactive. Comment, tag us, DM us, all that stuff. We're always interactive. You guys know that. Share stuff. If something, like Moving On just did, he had a little joke that popped into his head about the show. We love that kind of stuff. Tag us, comment. And of course, we talked about our wonderful Patreon family. You guys rock. Check us out on the website or the app. And we're again proud to say that we are part of the Pantheon podcast family of amazing rock and metal and talk and pop and reggae and hip hop, all those music shows. Great stuff.
Yeah. And the other day, somebody had put on, I think you put it on because you saw a Funko Zeus.
I forgot about that.
And somebody edited it and put my mug on there and put Shout It Out Loudcast. I think it was the great Tom Dust.
It was. I was just going to say it was him.
Tom's on a roll.
That's right.
What I didn't realize, he's in the UK.
That's right.
I didn't know that.
Hello.
There goes all our UK listeners.
What? I'm a Boston guy making a joke. Come on, it's okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
yeah, I know. You know what I'm sorry about? Ooh, fucking the Prince William's wife is looking pretty hot.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
See
Kate.
if we can get her on. Ooh.
Hey, some of you loudcasters in the UK, can you get Princess Kate on our show?
It can work.
Ask her kiss questions.
We can get it on there. It's easy.
If you were sitting on my lap, and what song would we be listening to?
Ooh, I gassy.
Dude, why did you have to ruin that? Kate Middleton is not gassy. Dude, that is just an awful image. Ooh, I'm gassy, honey.
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't realize it was your turn.
She wouldn't let bombs go, would she? She let.
Ooh, how dare you break wind before me?
Kate Middleton has got a gas problem. What the?
This went from thanking Tom Dust to that. This is what we talk about when you don't know what is happening with this show. Hey, Tom Dust, thanks. You know Tom's in the UK. By the way, there goes Kate Middleton. Like, what is?
She's hot. Yeah, but I think she has a gas problem and she farts a lot.
God, stop.
I think I just shit my pants.
Ooh, I think I just pooped my knickers.
Why is Kate constantly pooping her knickers with skid marks?
Oh, Jesus.
The royal skid marks. Oh no. And I hear, like, every time I see her, I'm like, God, that woman's so beautiful. Like, beautiful. Nice. I was gonna get that to go live and viral. Kate Middleton, who rumor has it, has he
a gastrointestinal disease.
What's that? What's the initials of what do you call it?
A GI problem? Oh God.
Where did this rumor start from? Have you ever heard of a Kiss podcast, Shout It Out Loudcast?
Oh, yes. Oh, God.
I'm gassy.
All right, let's circle back. All we just wanted to do was thank Tom Dust.
All right. Anyways, please feel free to DM us how fucking childish we are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you'd like. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
God almighty.
YouTube. Our YouTube channel is we're closing in on, I think, 700 listeners. Let's get that going, guys. If you haven't subscribed, just go on, listen to us, boom, subscribe. You can still listen to us on the podcast, do one or the other. It helps the show. It gets it out there and moves us up the food chain. Same thing with giving us 5-star child reviews. That is another big help. So please continue that. Yeah, like our buddy Dave, who emailed us just earlier, he gave us a 5-star review. Those things help us out a lot. We always read them and we always send our thank you and appreciate that. So if you could do that on iTunes, that'd be great. Stitcher, Spotify, Good Pods, wherever you listen to us, Facebook, anything you can, it helps us. If you want to help the show, that is one of the ways. Tom already mentioned Patreon is another way you can help us. All those things are great for us. Please email us. We love getting the emails. shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. And don't forget our awesome website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. shoutitoutloudcast.com. We just put up our new ARC episode we just dropped, which was Tom's pick of Edge Sevenfold's Hail to the King. With that, we update our rankings so you can see where we're ranking this album compared to the other ones on ARC. Where are the top 50 songs? What are the worst 20 songs we reviewed? Mm-hmm. All that's there, and we update it constantly. You can always use our Amazon link. Look at our Amazon store. You can get our merch on there. Get one of those T-shirts. We'll throw you online. Take a photo. It's always great. And all that stuff is always appreciated. So, Tom, I'm going to give it back to you. What we always end up with is famous last words.
There you stand, all dressed in red. I got this feeling in me. Can't get you out of my head. One day you say you hate me, but I found you in my bed. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, I still gassy.
Stop. Yeah, I'm down and out, but don't count me out. Listen here, babe. Gonna show you what it's all about. It's time for love, and you're welcome to it. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Wonderful.
Love that. And then when he gets in, so here I am. Do you want me now? Show me where, and I'll show you how. Woo!
Love it.
Oh, awesome. So we want to thank Chris Jericho, PJ Farley, Kent Slucher, Joe McGuinness, Charlie Parra del Riego, known as Kuarantine, Tom, Loudcasters, Kiss Army, Kiss Tards, everybody out there. Thank you.
Huge thanks to Chris and PJ and Joe and Kent and Charlie. You guys were amazing. We had such a blast. Can't thank you enough for joining us. And of course, all the Loudcasters out there, you guys are the best. We love you. Zeus, as always, my friend, thank you for everything.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
He's on hotel Wi-Fi.
That's his excuse.
Which I bet is terrible.
You got two people connecting here.
I don't know who Chris Pepperata is, but maybe that's PJ.
Maybe that's PJ. Either that or somebody's like bombing our Zoom session right now. There's Jericho. Hey,
it's Chris.
It's Chris Paprata.
What does that mean?
It's like Chris Paprata.
Any relations to Joey Casada?
$1,000 already, right out of the gate.
Yeah, we're not.
Why not?
$1,000.
There was $1,000 fine if anybody brought up Casada. It took 2 seconds.
Oh,
That's
come
it.
on.
Already you're in the red. Already.
Leave poor Joey alone. He's a handsome fella.
Oh man, Jericho's there and Jericho's frozen. Uh-oh. Oh boy.
So yeah, fuck, what's going on with this shit?
Where you at, man? You at a Best Western? Come on, man.
He's on dial-up.
I know better than that.
He's on dial-up.
He does have an AOL account, so.
It's all right. PJ's going to play some music for us. We're just going to keep talking. We're just going to keep talking to the rest of the band.
I love a cherry.
Give me that guitar.
Oh man, this is how this is going to go. Oh boy.
This is a little better than that little place across in Hampton Beach when we saw you guys.
Yeah, we're just missing a pizza.
And the vodka.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Some of us are.
Oh, some of it. Yeah, not PJ.
I got whiskey.
Yeah, no one's coming up to Hampton Beach the rest of the summer. That's like a big place for everyone, huh?
I know. Oh, we just lost Chris.
Oh, he's gone. He quit.
No, never play vacation towns during season.
Really? I didn't know that. That's a thing?
Yes. Pain in the ass.
Really?
Yeah. PJ, you bring up a good point because if you guys played in April, which was right before the stuff started getting crazy. If you play there now, forget it.
Forget it. Not
Fun,
interesting.
though.
It'd be fine for us. It'd be great for you guys. It would be.
What are you talking about? We had the place was asses to elbows when we played there in April. It was great.
Right. No, it's true. That's true.
There he is.
Okay.
Did Chris sign on and then get kicked off or something?
Mute. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Now you're not.
There you are.
Fuck yeah. Mute. Am I freezing now? Am I good? What's going on?
You're okay for right now.
There he is.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why it's freezing. I got some good internet here.
Well, whatever you do, it's not our fault. Don't blame us.
Dude, you already missed it. They're already $1,000 in the Joey Casada jar.
Ah, you could just send it too. Make it two.
Why are you Chris Paprada?
No, nobody knows what that means.
Why?
That's his alias.
Are you stealing the next door neighbor's Wi-Fi?
No, I'm at the Luke Bryan Crew Hotel.
Oh, the only hotel that'll let us stay.
Is this gonna work, or should we try another format? And I know you guys get all fucking scared about this shit, but I mean, sometimes Zoom doesn't work as well when there's more people on it. Unless I'm not freezing. Am I okay?
You're all right for right now. What other format do you want to do, my friend?
Well, the other, if we can try StreamYard, and once again, we can record it on my end, and I can send you the file, or we can try something else. I don't want to freeze up on you guys. But if it's good this time, okay.
Yeah, right now you
because I got 5 fucking bars. I got enhanced Wi-Fi at the Super 8, and I think I should.
He's already free.
And he froze.
Hold on. I'm gonna try one thing. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, good.
Oh man, I love it.
Joe, what are you doing over there?
What's up, bud?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm amused by
that's the whole point of this, just to get everybody together to just laugh.
Joe, you look like Steve Lukather.
Do I really?
I like it.
Yeah, I was thinking about becoming a Steve Lukather tribute band. You know,
Right.
Toto.
Le Champion is coming on.
Oh, now he's logging in differently. Okay. Uh-oh, we're losing PJ now. Oh no. Now look at PJ. Oh God.
How precious.
No.
This is what's gonna happen. Oh man. This is great.
Yep. PJ's turned into a damn cat.
Meow. I think PJ's overserved already. I like it. That's good. He's we might have to release the video of this one.
Yeah, I'll just take a screenshot of it and put it up. Hey, this is when Quarantine was on.
Oh God.
Welcome to new member.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, now I can't. I'm like that guy in court. I'm not a cow. It's really me. Video.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I can't switch out of it now. Oh wait,
his mouth's moving.
Now you're stuck.
Wasn't it that thing? The guy was in court on Zoom. He's like, it's me. I'm not a cat.
Oh yes.
I didn't see that.
It's like kid played with the filters and he didn't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah, he was like on some official business Zoom call and he turned into like a cat, like a cow.
All right, how's this?
Oh, way better.
Better.